weird.
You smell weird.
You smell like food.
So I just see that and say, I can't blend in that. I'll jump back up. I'll just scurry up the rungs of the caravan wheel and try and climb back in.
Alright, cool. You can do that without too much drama. Alright, you've asked about the tavern there. It's not even bothering anyone realistically. It's kind of like both of the guards, they're kind of like,
Oh, whatever.
Have they got any... Is there a guardhouse nearby, or do they have any keys on their belts?
both.
How many keys have they got on their belt?
Couple.
2, 3, 4?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So I'm assuming... Right.
Probably really simplistic ones, just sort of get them back in and out of the gatehouse, essentially. There wouldn't be anything spectacular deeper in that.
So how are the rest of us traveling? Like,
areas.
in the cart?
He's in the cart. He's in the cart. You're in the cart. I'm driving the cart.
No, he's not. Him and him are off.
I climbed back in after I realised I couldn't blend in with the rest.
Oh, you came back. Sorry, I didn't catch that part. And you're in the cart?
I'm probably either sitting beside him or inside the cart.
I guess that means I'm first in town.
Standing on the cart like this. Behold my beauty. No, definitely not. I do not want to be seen. I probably pulled my hood up a bit, cover my features.
Honestly, Amber's probably hiding in the cart.
I guess that means I'm first in town.
She's not big on
What do I
town.
see as I enter? Is there
No,
anything that
she's not.
strikes my eye?
The first thing that strikes your eye, of course, is the big massive tree that basically pokes right out of the centre of this place. It's unnatural for this particular place. I mean, the whole tree itself is quite beautiful and whatnot, and creates a bit of a shade in the dying light of the night of the late afternoon, as the sun's going down, and it's casting a long shadow across the eastern side. I think it's right. Of the town itself. Other than that, no, it's a very, very normal medieval town.
So it looks like they use it like some sort of clock or something.
There is a certain element of that too,
The
yeah.
shadow would move for the tree as the day progresses.
You could probably, people would utilise it for that particular sense. In fact, roll a insight roll.
I'm good at that. It's 26.
Very good at that.
Okay, with your 26 roll, after you notice that in the dying light, that the shade of this particular tree is roughly hitting one of the wall towers. And you have a look at all of the wall towers and the rough setup of it. While not quite a circle, it's not far off, and there's essentially 12 towers.
So it's a rudimentary timepiece, effectively.
Or a sundial.
Cool.
It's quite impressive.
So I assume all of us just was like squatting in the back of the cart, making no noise.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, you could be playing dice if you want, but...
There are people who are filtering in from the shanty town but going into the city itself. Every once in a while, as you're now inside the gate itself, you're seeing some of the outlying buildings along the walls. People are also coming out, and they're starting to head all roughly in the same direction as they head to, from what you can gather, the direction that you're following, from the directions you were given, also heading to taverns and other particular night spots. Some of them are heading towards the tree, and some of them are heading to other buildings as well.
I just, previously I checked my notes and realised that I completely forgot that this place has sinister undertones in terms of the natural world.
The feeling that you got from beforehand is that this place... Remember in Summerport how everything was just like falling apart, just on the starting of falling apart. This place, even though it is a medieval village and has everything related to a medieval village, so a lot of people putting rubbish out on the streets and stuff like that, and no one really cleaning it. Beyond that, there is none of the wear and tear and decrepitness that exists within Summerport, which is strange.
That is strange.
It is a bustling city, but it has an undertone of something.
You also notice that the soldiers coming through here are not your general guards, they're all forces of Moussalon coming through here. So you'll see small squads, and they're all humans, well most of them humans, you've got a couple of half-elf and that pop in. And very rarely some of the other races, but small squads, 5 to 6 people who patrol the town. You might get like 1 or 2 asking about you because you're a strange group of people. like a dragonborn and
We're all
dwarf
kind
and
of
sort of.
hiding in the cart at the moment.
Yeah, you are kind of hiding in the cart, but there's still a halfling on his magnificent little sort of cart that's been basically going through town. So they probably would have just stopped you for the briefest of moments and said, you know, who are you, where are you going, where are you going?
My name is Antoine, and I'm a paladin. Where am I going? I'm going to a tavern or an inn or somewhere where I can park my cart and sleep.
Which one are you going to?
Something about not a Goliath, what was it? Minotaur. Something about a Minotaur.
The inn, the mighty Minotaur Inn.
That's the one.
Alright, so you just head off to the inn itself in the city. When you get to that general area, you notice that it is actually a very large complex. It is 3 stories tall, but actually also quite wide at its base. And obviously there's quite a few people going in and out of there as well. And yeah, you arrive to the front doors of that place.
I'm still a squirrel.
Are you like hiding? in the
While we've been going down, I've donned like all my armor and everything, so like,
Because you're paranoid? I mean, yeah.
Considering that it's actually relatively well built, which is not expected from our knowledge of Barcelona.
It's maintained is a better way of putting it.
It's actually maintained is what I meant. Yeah. I would feel pretty inclined to make the guess that nobles probably roam these areas from Barcelona or linked to Barcelona. Which means we can't be doing shit like sleeping in stables. So I'm gonna head back to the cart and just knock on the cart, swing myself back in, just go, have you noticed the city?
Like tiny squirrel's head just emerges from Amber's beard.
It's nice, isn't it?
Very, very well kept.
There's probably nobles in the area considering they've actually bothered to spend resources on maintaining it. We should,
It probably holds some kind of significance to them.
well, we should at least stay slightly more under the radar than usual. I mean, unless we want an entire battalion looked down on us.
Yes, then I should probably
I'm sorry, Roman.
hold
I
off
don't
from
speak
singing this
squirrel.
song that I have written up.
He's staying small so that he can stay inconspicuous.
Oh, excellent.
Well done.
Amber speaks Rowan.
makes sense.
Best friendship.
Pardon, monsieur, where might I find the stable?
There's like a gentleman right at the front of the door, as you can see, just around the side.
Around the side.
Around the side.
Might I park my cart there? Is it too big?
You certainly can. If you are purchasing an inn for the night or room for the night, you definitely can park your horse and cart there.
That is the general idea, yes.
You go around the side with the cart and the horses. This large area here that's been set aside, and there's quite a few horses and carts already here. You can find some space in here to basically put the horses and stuff to keep you going for the night.
And I will stick my head to the door and say, now, do you wish to come inside or do you want to sleep out here?
Inside, definitely. I would
No,
like
no,
a
no,
nice
Rowan,
bed for the
I
night.
think we should probably stay inside.
Is there a way to lock
Rowan,
the door
Just for
on
now,
the caravan?
remember what I said?
Well, the caravan is here. We can sleep in the caravan, can't you?
That's true. Are you okay with that?
Is that a good compromise, friend? Yes. I don't like this place.
By the way, I'm broke as well. I'll stay with Rowan.
Oh,
You've got like 1,200 gold sitting on his bed,
I was gonna
man.
say, it's fine.
Lying
Oh
on
gosh,
gold.
I have no money these days.
You're a thief. How are you broke?
I'm gonna
Because
literally
I've been
walk
staying under the
over.
radar and fixing everyone else's mistakes.
I'm gonna walk over to his pile of gold, grab a handful, oblivious to whatever your reaction
I'm
is.
legitimately going to growl at you.
No money.
She grabs a handful, walks up to Rayleigh, and goes, "Problem solved."
He arches his back and hisses.
My tail's like whipping behind me, like knocking things over.
So she's gonna hand you whatever a handful of gold
The
is.
other tavern was the Whirling Blade, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's
This is an inn, so she hands you just 5 gold pieces.
Alright, cool. The other tavern being the Whirling Blade.
The 2 taverns, this is an inn, so that's the difference.
Sorry, one of the taverns being called the Whirling Blade, I pretty much immediately assume that's going to have a fight pit or something, so I start hitting that way.
Alright, cool.
Oh, it's run by a barbarian.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've pretty much gone, there's going to be something there.
Hannah's excited by
Who's
that
organising the
prospect.
rooms first?
Me.
Yeah.
I'll walk with him into the tavern.
Into the inn. You guys are now, when you enter in through the front door, you notice the door itself is very big. It's like a 10 feet tall
So I don't
door.
even have to slouch to stand. Like,
No,
to walk in.
no,
I'm
you-
literally
you're-
just like
Right.
both doors just.
Yeah, both doors you push open, you feel like this is like a door made for someone like me. And you
I
open
like
it up,
this.
you look at the thingo and you see...
I'm just
As
imagining
opposed to us
you
who are just
walking
like-
up to the bar and me going, hello, my eyes are down here.
Amber's not much better. You sit on. If you stand on my shoulders, I can prop you up so you can talk to people at the bar. I'm a table. I might as well be a chair.
as
stand.
you push the doors open into this particular inn, there's this large hallway, and most of the doors to other parts of this place are actually also quite large, and the whole ceiling is essentially 10 feet tall. At the back of this particular hall, you notice that there's a desk there, and it is comically small to this huge 9 foot tall with an extra probably foot of horn minotaur sitting at the back. Sees you, the door open up with you and this look on your face and goes, yeah, that's how doors should be. It's like, ha ha, welcome, welcome. Come to my inn, the mighty Minotaur. You are looking for a room for the night.
We are.
We are looking for
Yes.
How many people do we have for the night?
I believe it's just the 4 of us.
3, 4.
I think there's 4 if everyone's putting up their hands.
What about Amir? Do you think he'd want to see?
Probably.
And
Okay.
Valen and
Okay.
Shane
then
probably wouldn't care. He probably also do the same.
No, but
Let
if
us-
Valen wants a
let us
thing,
Valen, yeah. Well,
Let us
He
say
can
2
speak
rooms
up.
of 4.
2 rooms of 4. I think we could do that. So let me just check. Turns around. Hear the screech as the stool that he's sitting on is basically. Ah, yes, room 3 and room 7. There we go. That'll be how much is it again?
Not a lot.
Do you want a good food for the night?
Oh,
Yes, please.
yes, please.
Yes.
All right.
Do you
Hang on,
like-
living off rations and half a cow.
Do you have a bath or some kind
We could do bath, yes.
Oh, yes, I have
Freaking
Ooh, I can go
Minotaur.
swimming.
So you want the full suite?
Please.
Full suite it is. 1 gold piece each, then I'll give you everything.
Oh, is that all? Okay. A handful of gold.
Ha! Adventurers! I love them.
Yes.
Hey.
Adventurous.
Well, I suppose
Did we lock the
it's
car?
kind of earned.
I,
Inherited.
I'm sure it is.
No, inheritance. It's a thing. It's a thing. Kind of.
I've looted many crypts in my time.
No. Not that kind of inheritance. You know, like distant relations.
As she's insisting on this point, Rowan's upper half appears from her beard and is all like,
He's been hiding my beard.
Ah, a squirrel!
Yes, this is my best friend.
Ah, excellent, a squirrel! It's gold. It's gold.
What?
I don't have to clean it.
he rolled to see if he could figure out it was actually a druid.
All he sees is a squirrel.
Don't worry, he won't sleep here. He's gonna sleep outside.
Oh, that's good. I was not expecting a squirrel to want to sleep in a bed. Didn't expect that to be such a thing.
Oh no, beds aren't really his thing. He likes trees, sometimes grass and ground.
Amber, I don't think you're sounding as intelligent as you think.
It's so out of context.
Let's excuse her. She's died.
What?
She
Oh,
hasn't
well-
eaten well, so.
Well,
It's
I will
not
make
to
sure
the brain.
that you are sent to your rooms. Do you want to go for a bath first?
She needs food. She needs alcohol, and she needs a bed.
I'm sure we can supply all 3 things. We do have a tap room down over there. Points to like the door on your left.
Food, but yes, that's all the checklists.
Yes, alcohol, bed. Yes.
I don't know, food as well.
Okay.
You need food.
Alcohol.
The bed is
I
also-
assume
know
you
it's
have
still
some
on
sort of
the
belongings that you want to put into your rooms, or at least for the temporary stay.
table. Yeah.
Yes. This hammer, this axe, this shovel, and what's this armor?
Excellent, excellent. Well, you've paid your gold piece. You are prepared to go whichever way you want to go. You go straight into the tap room and we'll get your food going, or you go up to your lodgings and get yourself settled in, or you can basically go to the baths and we'll probably get food brought to you if you want.
So who's getting
We
what
should-
room?
Go set and lock the
I was going
caravan.
to say, I'm going to go fix the new lock I've been working on the cart.
And
It would be advisable.
by the time he gets back to the car, I'll probably be back to the car.
Yep.
I was going to do 3 things quickly. I was going to have a quick lap around the block of town.
Yep.
And I wanted to take 3 insight checks. 1 for the guards' general sentiment and how they're behaving.
Mm-hmm.
1 for the villagers' general sentiment and whether they seem happy, what's going on, whether there's fear when they approach guards, just general feel.
Yep.
And 1 for, is there any particular areas that the guards seem particularly interested in protecting?
What is your insight total? Tardy bonus, sorry.
Base is 6.
So 6 to add to your d20?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus,
So you're the very first one you're looking at the guards.
Yeah. Just general insight and feel.
As you're walking around town, so this is going to be most of you a good couple of hours while they're doing all that type of stuff. You're walking around town, you notice most of the guards are pretty lackluster and not all that care. And you also notice that the town itself seems pretty safe. As if they're there more out of just to be there?
Obligation.
Obligation, that's the word I'm looking for, yes.
Or like security theatre.
Yeah, security theatre, yes.
Yep.
So what was the next one you're looking at? The people themselves?
Villages and the general selves.
The people themselves seem pretty good, actually. Like, for some reason, this place feels safe as houses. It's in the. It's like a big town. There is a river that goes through it, as I mentioned before. So there's a couple of bridges that you will go over to get onto the other sides of the city and whatnot. But yeah, most of the people are actually pretty happy. You don't even notice any. Well, you probably might be the odd crime here and there, maybe stealing a loaf of bread or something like that. That may you can count on your hand. 1 or 2 instances, maybe that you're traveling
there's
through.
not big wanted posters for a serial rapper
Nope.
or something like
No,
that.
nothing like that. No, it feels like a safe place. That everyone's actually happy.
People are content.
The people are content. Yeah.
Unnaturally safe and happy.
And
What was the third one?
the last one is particular areas that might have a high concentration of guards or something that they're protecting.
That's probably more of a
Perception, which is +6 as well.
more of an investigation.
Investigation is 5, not 6.
The only conglomeration of guards or anything like that you can see is basically at the gates themselves. So there's a couple of small gatehouses type thing.
Okay.
That's most of the places where they're conglomerated. There is no barracks of any particular sort.
Okay. I'm content with that, so I start walking back.
You guys have set yourselves up. You've gone to get yourself food, have baths, and then set up your rooms for the night and get yourself settled in.
Fitting the lock on the cart, the caravan, the caterpillar.
You're putting a lock on the caterpillar?
Yeah, the one that I was building to mimic the one that I got from the chest.
Okay. Alright. Yep, you put a lock on. Yep.
We did leave like thousands of dwarven gold pieces just in a bed in the car, so that's fair.
So I got him to make a key for it.
Yep.
So currently he has the only key for it.
hoarding his treasure.
That's fine. It's your gold.
No, it's mine. I just put it there.
In my bed.
So it's mine.
What he sleeps on, he keeps.
I
He sleeps on it, I keeps it.
I feel like Rowan probably indulged a lot as a squirrel with this whole like grooming and bathing and eating. So like as they were bathing, it was just Rowan doing like the breaststroke as the bath.
It's like one little bath that's all been set
Yeah.
aside, Rome specifically, little
Yeah.
squirrel just going.
I just kind of assumed he'd be like stealing Amber's bath. Like
Oh, probably, but they're
well,
probably like
Amber would be in the bath, and because she's so tiny, there's so much room for him to swim around.
that's true. That would
Not
be
sure if you want
right.
to swim in the pond water, but
Well,
you know.
yeah.
While I'm having a bath, I asked them if they have a brush, like a steel brush to clean the scales.
Yep, they basically.
Amber's not
Get you one of
bathing;
those?
she's enjoying the hot water.
And-
There's a difference.
And then as we're eating, it's just Rowan like breaking up and fitting as much of one steamed carrot he can into his mouth at a time. So it's just a huge big cheeks full of just one carrot.
You're a chipmunk.
Yeah, he's just
I also-
he's enjoying that.
I also imagine that you're probably grooming Amber's beard or her hair.
Yeah,
As a
probably.
squirrel. She's not going to do it.
You sitting in a tub of hot water is just going to be like a sea of beard, like kelp.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beard just floats to the surface, so we can't see anything underneath.
You just see Rowan. It drags him
Still
down.
not sure if Em is a woman.
Sea hag.
Kinda.
Oh god, the beard becomes sentient.
I can conjure sea hags next level.
Oh god.
Anyway,
Okay, here it comes next level.
once all the grooming's done, I think that's the end of Rowan's wild shape because it lasts for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So he goes from being like a nice, fat, happy, full, clean, content squirrel just right back into his old dirty self.
Yeah.
Are you still in the bath at the time?
No.
I was going to say there's a big splash of water all of a
I was
sudden.
going to say there's just this huge splash of water and all of a sudden there's an elf in the bath with Amber. And we all just sort of like look across. The hell? What's going on in that room?
At that point,
She might accidentally punch you if that happens.
at that point, I assume we were all like in our rooms, like putting things away, and Rowan just wild shapes back into an elf.
Done.
Oh,
Alright, so
nice.
you have decided to travel to the tavern after you've done your circling thing. What about the rest of you guys?
I go into the tap room.
You go into the tap room? Yep.
I
Emma's
think
going to
we
go
are all in
eat.
the tap room.
He's been doing the walk around town for a few hours, and he's probably pulled out a few bits and
Eat,
pieces here and
drink,
there. So while
marry.
he's doing that, you guys are doing all that type of stuff. So let's assume you've had some feed, you've had your baths, and you put whatever you need to put aside inside your room.
How light is it still out?
It's because you've now had your food and he's had his travel, it's now gone dark. The sun has passed beyond the horizon, and now most of these town lights are up here and there, fires inside people's houses and stuff like that. City has lamps that have been probably at the time of the day that you'll come out if you decide to go anywhere. Especially, you probably notice as you're walking around town, there's someone sitting up there, opening up a little bit of glass, sort of like lighting it up and closing it off again, going down the streets and lighting up the lanterns along the way.
If Amber goes to like make her way towards the tap room, Rowan's gonna pull her aside and be like, I know you're thirsty and everything, but this town is very strange. It's very pleasant.
For those who actually went into the tap room, out of all the people there, most of them humans, except for one gentleman who is quite a head taller than everyone else and looks very weird, one way to put it. Large, sort of gnomish ears, a sort of bulbous nose, but not quite like a gnome or anything like that. Mottled coloured skin of a mixture of the typical skin colours as well as a bit of green in there as well. Very light, very subtle, but it's there. And facial hair that's really blotchy.
It's cobalt.
It's tall. It's like 7 to 8 feet tall.
I would know I'm not there.
Bugbear?
No, it's not hairy in that particular sense. It's like someone's tried to grow a beard but doesn't know how. Can't do it. Its DNA just doesn't allow it. But it's like in potchy patchwork here and there, and the odd bit of wart here and there with the hairs coming out of it and stuff like that. And quite big.
Is it just sitting there conversing like?
It is sitting there at his own table all by himself, just sort of eating his food. He's got like a.
Oh, Jesus. Welcome back.
Can I roll an insight?
Sure.
See if I know what it is.
I know what you mean, bro.
That's
People, it is a little bit weird here.
That's a dirty 20.
You know this particular gentleman as a furbolg.
You can go to the tree if you like. I don't trust the giant tree. You said it wasn't normal.
He's a furbolg.
What?
He's also got like
Fine,
a
I'll go with you, but I
pipe.
don't want to go too close.
He's also, sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted you, that's what I shouldn't have done. He's got a pipe also sitting at his table next to him as well, as he's busy eating his food. And every once in a while, stops eating his food, brings out the pipe, puts it down.
What is this furball?
Furbolgs are peaceful most of the time. They are very one with nature.
Probably,
Tend towards the druid.
sorry, my apologies. You probably noticed too, well, you all noticed, but you probably noticed more, is that he's wearing a coat and a tunic but they're also patched together with different animal skins. Like a good portion of rabbit. Looks like there's a bit of leather in there from a cow. Probably even a bit of wool from sheep and stuff like that. All patched together and sewn together to create his... It looks actually well made, but because of all of the... There's no substance. Sorry, there's no substance to his design, so it's just all put together to create what he needs to create.
It's like we were just like walking and talking behind the party, kind of whispering to ourselves. Then everybody just stops and is staring at this guy across the tap room.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Who's that?
He's a furbolg, and typically they are of the druidic persuasion.
Ooh.
He could be like very much like yourself.
So difficult to talk to and understand.
Also,
Possibly, yes.
better to investigate.
They do not
maybe
very
anyway.
socialize much.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Do a perception roll, everyone.
Everyone.
People think
Am I back yet?
No, you still
exactly
go.
what I said.
More than that 20.
Nice. What'd you
People
get?
poop. 3.
3, okay.
I got a 15.
15?
Not too bad.
22.
22?
Where is it? 4.
4. Okay. Those two will go above 20. We'll also notice that his table, underneath the table itself, is a fox.
He's a ranger.
A ranger with an animal companion. Possibly. Or just a really charismatic druid who's made a friend. Who knows? That is intriguing enough to Rowan to make him to make him ignore the tree for the night because it's nighttime.
Psst. Could be a wizard.
Oh yeah. It's probably fine.
You should go over and say hello.
Oh yes. Yes, Rowan, go and introduce yourself.
I have been practicing.
Yes, I believe in you. You have improved a lot.
Amir was explaining some things. Okay.
As soon as he's out of earshot, 1 gold he makes a fool of himself.
Yep.
That's not even a bet I take. You know he's going to. Why do you people bet on the most stupidest things? I don't know.
Rowan's gonna.
5 gold says it ends the fight.
That's a better bet.
Take
Rowan's gonna trot up and say in. No, it's gonna be common. It's gonna say, "Hello, my friend. I am Rowan. How are you today?"
Hello, my friend. How are you?
I am Rowan. How
Oh,
are
sorry,
you?
my apologies. I'm getting back to the page where I have the name on it. I am Scald Scored.
Skull scored?
Scald Scored.
Like a skull and a gourd, but there's an S before the gourd.
Oh, that is just my name. I am Scald Scored. I'm just come here. I'm a traveling bard. I tell stories of all the travels that I've been through and everyone else's stories that I've come across.
Is he still like eating the stuff he's talking to me? Like
Galaka.
the way Amir phrased Rowan's education in this is, if you're not careful, the world's gonna chew you up and spit you out. So basically, ever so subtly, if you reaches for his knife or his fork, there's like a subtle flinch from Rowan, as though it's a danger. So he's approaching this very sheepishly in terms of not.
Oh, you're a bit of a squittish one. That's gone now. Doesn't matter anymore.
It's fine. I just prefer these kinds of friends. And he just bends down and says hello in fox to the fox.
Ah, my fox. His name's Uvar.
Uvar. Hello, Uvar.
He's a good companion of mine.
Does Uvar respond?
Yeah. He sniffs at it. You handed out some food. Oh, he's putting your hand out.
It's being like, Uvar.
Yeah, he sniffs at the hand.
Does he say anything?
No.
I say, were you not taught how to speak fox?
Oh, my friend, I apologize. It is not a normal fox.
Oh.
It is familiar. Have you heard of the term before?
Yeah, it's just disappointing. Anyway.
Subtle.
Disappointing? You've always been a great companion of mine all of this time.
Yeah, but I know how to speak to animals.
Well, he is of a different plane of existence, essentially. If you talk to animals, that means you're probably a druid or a ranger of some type. Well, if you know anything about the Fey realm or the spiritual realms that these things come from, you should have some sort of understanding of where it is.
I do, it's just I talk to them in my head.
However, he is not that powerful, but I can probably entertain you.
So you talk to him in your head?
Correct.
I turn back and call out, "Hey guys, it's cool, come over."
Who are you referring to? That group over there of eccentric personalities?
All of us like really badly trying to...
Not very subtle, are they?
Oh no, Amber's not subtle. She just walks straight up.
Oh, how are you, my dear?
Hi, you're really big.
I'm not as big as the Minotaur owns this place, though.
That's true. That is very true.
But I am, a good head taller than most of the humans here, and probably to you 3 heads.
That you are.
But you are a dwarf, so it's probably normal.
Yeah, well, dwarves are not designed to grow up. We unfortunately grow out.
Well, I do understand that very much.
I can't really fight my dwarven genetics, but I do pretty good.
And I cannot unfortunately fight by genetics as a furbolg.
There you go.
That is why I can't really grow this beard. I'm probably going to have a bath and a shave later. But other than that, yeah, welcome to Montanoil. I've been here a few days myself.
Oh, what's it like? It seems a bit strange.
What do you mean it's strange?
There's that giant tree.
Yeah.
Oh, the tree! Oh, the Aquilian Hospice.
The what is?
It's the Aquilian Hospice.
It's a house?
Oh, it's in the hollows of the lower sections. There is a hospital essentially run by some very interesting people you might want to talk to. One of them is a Gathlean.
Is that the name?
It is the name. It is a fayish creature humanoid with wings made out of vines and leaves.
What?
And there's also a Eldarin elf who also frequents that place. It's a very interesting little hospital they've got going there.
Upon hearing Eladrin, Rowan kind of like panics and just looks at himself, being all disheveled, and is like, maybe we shouldn't go.
Oh, they are very forthcoming people. They are very friendly.
Amber just flat out goes, "It's more your place than mine. I don't know if I feel comfortable with that."
I've met Eladrin before. They're very stylish.
What's wrong with your style?
It's about 50
He
years out
smells
of
like a
date.
cis beat.
We could go shopping. We could buy some new
Prestidigitation.
clothes.
He's like, say that from behind me that I smell.
We could go shopping.
I will
and
make him smell
get
like
you a new
roses.
outfit. I'm sure there's some shops
Takes
in
another
town.
puff of his pipe.
It'd be fun to play dress-ups with Rowan. Amber dressing him might not be a good idea.
It's just all fur.
No, Amber will dress him like a dwarf.
Like a dwarf barbarian, loincloth. Done.
No, a fancy dwarf.
Okay, a fancy dwarf loincloth.
No.
Fancy dwarf lawyer.
But yes, many
It's got
furs.
tassels on it.
No, it's just
gold
clean.
chains, yeah.
Might have just been lots and lots of
Clean.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't like the gold chains.
No,
Can you make vine chains?
probably.
Yeah.
This guy
See, you
picking
know,
it out.
I'm just thinking like a huge wooden clock.
No, he's already got a huge wooden medallion. It's just a squirrel.
That's true. That's true.
It's his
Yeah.
druidic focus.
Yeah.
It's his focus.
So, what brings you to Montanoil?
We're going to.
We're going to the Black City.
The Black
Ooh,
City.
the Black City. Yeah.
And this strange place lies in its path. Our path. It lies in the
I've not been to the Black City myself.
Neither have we.
It's as I've heard many things about that place.
Oh yes. Are they good or are they dead?
Most of them not very good.
Could you tell us about this place? The tree, it does not seem natural.
Oh, this tree is a very interesting artifact, I guess, from it being here. It's only been here for 2 years.
What?
Do you know
2.
anything about it?
It basically just popped up one day. It wasn't as tall as it was now, of course. It was probably the very first day from, well, this is what I've been told from the people here, that suddenly the center of town had a 30-foot long tree maple in the center of town. It took over a couple of the buildings and they weren't very happy with it, but couldn't do much more about it than that.
Is it magical?
No, it's natural. Of course it's magical. I'm being facetious, my friend. Of course it's magical in some way. I'm not sure how or why.
I mean, is it like a druid circle that are chanting around it day and night to make it grow bigger, or?
We are not sure why this thing has come out, to be honest.
Since its growth, has this town seen greater prosperity?
I think it's always had the same prosperity. At least it didn't come up in conversation that things have become better.
Well, I was curious, maybe if the same thing that caused the tree to...
Oh yeah, have you had some of the cider of this town? There is so many different brands and varieties here. Would you like some cider?
Oh yes, I'd like to try the cider.
Oh, we have it here. I've got a large one here, because, you know, big hands. Would you like to be pouring into your tankard?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm just curious if I'm allowed to drink all of it. Do you want it back?
No, please drink. I am curious now. I want to see you skull.
Okay, Amber will skull it.
Yep. Roll for drunkenness with advantage, of course.
Let's me have the dice. Oh wow, that's terrible.
That's the first time they're ever
That's
going to
2 and 5.
Wow! This is like probably the very first time you've ever actually had cider.
We don't have apples.
We don't have apples in your old dwarven town, so yes, probably the very first time you have cider, so it hits you really quickly. Which is unexpected for you. But yeah, you taste it's that very sugary taste that you're not used to. Instead of the hops and stuff like that, the apple sugar that's coming through is what you're going, ooh, this is really good. You just down the whole thing.
I just like lily water, it's right!
Well, she seems to have hit that one rather hard. I am surprised at that one. I did not expect a dwarf to fall so sway to the cider so quickly.
That must be some really potent stuff.
Or perhaps...
That's fun! It's great!
Have you tried some cider?
It's really good! Tastes like apples and sugar! It's like lily water!
I have not yet had the opportunity to.
Hey, you should.
May we have a couple more rounds of cider on my behalf, of course.
That is most generous, thank you.
Oh, there's more people here. I haven't introduced myself. I am Scald. I am. That's what I. Just somewhat in a way, sort of. What was that?
So I was about to introduce myself as Eli. Like, no, wait, that's not my name.
Character lead. I am Scald. And you are?
Yolan Ganks.
Oh, pleasure, Yolan Gangs, a Dragonborn. I haven't seen your type for a bit.
I am a very long way from home.
Oh, you obviously are.
I am Amber.
Hello, Amber. How are you?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
I am not
I am
carrying her back
Imperious.
to bed later.
Imperious, that is a mighty name there.
Thank you.
Are you a great warrior?
No. I am a warrior with a book.
You see, he has like a large book next to him as well. A warrior with a book is more important than you could possibly imagine. I have a book myself.
Ah,
We think of him as. Have you heard of these cannon things?
I have heard of the cannons, especially the
he's
Empire
he's
taking
like
care of.
one-legged glass. He does a lot
Oh, of
fat
course,
and
the glass cannon. I see. Let me see. You don't have a book on you per se. So
I have several actually.
Are you naturally gifted, or
Oh,
have
yes,
you?
yes, I was
Are you? So you're a
born with this
sorcerer
talent,
then?
yes.
Excellent. Well, it is good to see. And you are?
I am Antoine de Jeu. I'm a paladin of Was it Tia?
I'm a paladin of my god.
I'm a paladin of the good.
Like I was like,
by the way.
checks own holy symbol.
You hear, as you guys are busy talking to Upskull here, you hear from the other hallway that this is tap room's attached to. Oh, welcome! Would you like a room for the night? You hear that booming voice of the Minotaur as it comes through the walls again. Oh, he's a loud chap, isn't he?
He's
That's an
kind of
understatement.
big.
I assume someone of that height would have quite the lungs.
It's not very often I have to look up at someone.
I bet you don't. You're even taller than me. Just,
I think.
us tall people, we notice things like that. We have this sort of like inconceivable way to compare ourselves to if we're taller or not. I don't know
Like
why.
shop people.
Yeah. I hazard a guess you probably are correct. I'm not short. I wouldn't know for the life of me. But I am curious. But you're drunk.
Where's Rayleigh?
Who's Rayleigh?
Is our, let us say, monk friend.
He went off to
Oh, a
explore the
monk.
town a little bit.
He's
Still? Okay.
short, dark, and mysterious.
Shorter than you?
No, he's taller than me. So tall, dark, and mysterious is maybe more accurate, yeah?
Does he have a tendency to sort of go off on his own?
All the time.
He doesn't like it when
Lord.
I do.
I tell you what.
He likes his alone time.
But not as much as Amir. He disappears all the time. But he doesn't go wandering.
Amir?
He just sits in the dunny
Doing
hole.
stuff.
And we don't know what he does in there, but he's there.
For our
for
American
hours.
viewers, we mean toilet.
Dunny hole.
He summons a
bathroom?
true demon.
Getting
Well, if I'm not
Flashbacks.
mistaken by the conglomerate of individuals here, heaven forbid I use such words, you are an adventuring party of some type.
We are an adventure. Yes, party we haven't
That would
had
be an
yet.
accurate description.
We don't party.
Every
Don't-
time is a party with you, Emma.
No, but I'm not a party.
Oh, yes, you are.
Emma,
Hey, I'm a party.
I think you need more ale. I never thought I'd say that, but I think you need more ale.
Oh, sorry, actually, there was actually
need
one
some-
detail I forgot to actually say about the fox. It's white.
That's not.
I like
We, yes, can we get some ale to sober her?
I don't think that's a good idea.
This is
I've had
so
enough.
bad.
I can feel it in my head.
As she
The
continually
room
drinks,
is
as she drinks her own tankard.
I was gonna say she's probably like taking swigs out of the endless tankard when she's doing all of this.
As she like tries to drink it and just pours it all over herself.
As this is the second time ever that Imperius has ever had a drink, I feel like I need to roll.
I'm clean up in aisle, whatever aisle this is. There's a drunk dwarf.
Oh, apparently I'm fine. I rolled a natural 20.
Like, what is this cider? Apple juice.
Apparently Imperius is impervious to alcohol.
But the dwarf apparently isn't.
I'm fine.
Rowan's not having any because.
So you're
He told me
heading
his
to the
business.
Black City, you've said.
Yes.
Are you any particular reason that you're heading to the Black City?
No reason, no.
There is plenty of reasons.
Absolutely no reason. We are going on tourists. We're
While
tourists.
they
I'm
do this,
going
I
to-
just sort of like grab some like rope out of my pack and just sort of like wrap it around his head, tie it off, then lead the other piece to Amber, wrap it around her head, around the mouth, tie it off.
Amber, you're like halfway through, you try to put her around Amber. She's like, "What are you doing?" Throws it away. She's as strong as you.
No, I'm stronger.
Just.
Just.
I'm gonna subtle cast Mage Hand to like stuff some of her beard into it
Oh!
to stop her from talking.
Oh, are you all right there? We'll have some more cider to wash it away.
We're looking.
No.
Hi, kid. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for ages.
Kitty.
I take the tank.
She's not usually like this. She usually orders liquor a bit.
We're actually looking for I can't remember. Looking for the house of.
Is there some way they
What
can
is that?
take like a magical
what's the house name?
picture of this so that we can embarrass her with this letter?
We could get it.
Pine.
House of Depine?
Yeah.
What?
We were
My
told
first
they.
character.
Sorry?
My first character.
Your first character?
Yeah.
the
Oh,
one
House of
magic
Depine.
secret.
House of Depine. Yes, now I know the reference now that.
A reason for us to be in the Black City. Shush.
I have not heard of such a house. I apologize. I could not help you out anymore.
Maybe we could
It's,
burn to ash.
it's fine.
We
We're just
believe they're one
looking
of
to
those.
return the remains of a
Friend.
previous friend.
Oh, that does not sound very good.
He went poof. And now he's in a bag.
In a bag? That sounds like a very terrible way to go.
I sort of like untie the bag from my belt and go, this is all that was remained of him.
May I?
Be careful, we don't want to lose him.
He's just like inhale some tiefling ash.
White elf wasted.
Let's go Get what's up wasted!
Oh god.
Uh-huh.
Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to have a quick break.
Good, because I need a pee.
I know, hey, it's alright, I do too as well.
I drink too much coffee.
We'll continue on
Damn
with
it.
having a talk of this particular guy, but we also might jump into some rally stuff as well.
I was intending on coming back though, so
Okay, you come back to this
I
group,
thought
to the
you were
group.
going to the Twirling Blades.
I thought you were at the Twirling Blades.
No,
right?
they're still in the tap room of the inn.
Ah, which is not the Twirling Blades.
Correct.
No,
It's
no,
the
no,
Minotaur was
Mighty-
the Barbarian.
no.
In that
No.
case, I'll keep heading to the Twirling Blades because I've obviously got them confused, which is on me. So I'll just continue and keep
Excellent.
what I said.
Alright,
Because you
cool.
wanted to go to the fight pit anyways.
Yeah,
well,
I figured that's
thought-
where you wanted to go, so.
I thought this would be the fight pit, so I've got.
Alright, cool. We'll get to that after we've had a break. So chuck it on to the one of the
I'm not in charge today.
one of the intermissions.
The coffee's
Sorry,
slowly
I've
kicked in.
gotten confused. I didn't mean to.
or something else.
Oh,
I
hey.
can't help myself. I know you can't.
Don't lie.
Yay.
Don't even need a joke. Just laugh.
Just laugh. Alright.
Even notice.
Welcome back, everyone. Hi, Kit, by the way. Again.
Yay! Thank you for coming back, kid. We missed you.
This is the most sausage I've had in my hands in months.
Oh my.
Actually, no, that's a lie. I had a lot of sausage in my hands last week.
Don't want to know.
Worst bar.
He worked at the worst bar. Just because
So
You are the worst.
No, he had the worst.
We all had
Good
the
point.
worst.
I did not.
Even Kit is basically.
Okay.
Kid knows what I like.
Alright. For the purposes of a little bit of brevity, but I'm still happy for you guys to also talk to the Furbolg because
Shouldn't be eating hummus.
you shouldn't be eating hummus.
Why?
Why?
There's no sugar. It's just garlic and chickpeas.
Yeah, garlic and chickpeas.
But is this one?
Yeah.
Probably. Because that's all you need for it.
Garlic,
There might be a
chickpeas,
little
and
bit of
tahini.
salt in it. That's about it.
I can deal with salt. Give me the salt.
Garlic,
Do you want to close that
chickpeas.
door? Because there's a breeze coming in through there. It's really chilly.
Work.
Every time.
Alright. Is anyone, after you've had your conversation with the Furbolg, wanting to head to the tavern?
The Welling Blade.
The Whirling Blade?
Amber will go wherever the group goes.
I would like to visit
Sure.
this barbarian.
Is
I
it,
want to go see if this barbarian has more sense than Amber.
is it on the way to the tree?
No. Is it on the way to what?
To the tree.
Yes.
Yes.
I will tag along seeing as everyone else is going.
Fair enough. You continue to by
It's a
yourself.
Devon crawl.
Like, as we're traveling, as we're traveling there, Rowan is kind of like for the first time ever, like feeling self-conscious. He is like checking windows for like elven cut tunics and things like that because
yep.
if you're gonna talk to an Eladrin, he wants to look better than he does.
You could start by having a bath.
Roll a perception roll.
That's
He
my
said look,
best.
not smell.
14.
As you're walking through the streets, heading towards the Whirling Blades, in the streets, and you're kind of travelling as a group and whatnot, he's the only one that's sort of paying attention to any of this. You see a shop, and it is called the Woven Leaf. And it is like all of the other particular buildings in this area, so that very typical daub, plaster, and maple wood construction. It's a two-story building. From what you can gather, the level floor, of course, is the tailor shop, and the top probably would be their abode. You can see that there's like lights up in the top part, but the dark bottom part of the section is closed off and dark. However, there's a sign at the front, of course, with a leaf round around another leaf, round around another leaf type thing.
Okay. Is it a situation where it's just like wall and then door, or is there like a big window to see?
It's not big windows, it's more about little windows.
Okay.
So a door, windows on either side of the door, but not big windows.
I'm gonna pull out that little shard of glowing rock we got from the dwarven mine and just like hold it up next to the window and see.
You can't see anyone inside.
Or like their stock or their trade.
Oh yeah, this is a tailor.
Okay.
And there's a whole heap of like different robes and all that type of stuff. It's really good quality stuff.
Good for elves, in fact.
Good for anyone.
Hey, I'll be back here tomorrow.
In fact,
Make myself.
probably the thing you notice the most about a lot of the clothing is it's that very earthy in nature, in its colours and its design.
I turn back to the party. I assume they're like at least a few paces past me, just ignoring that I've seen this. And I'm like, hey guys, don't let me forget to come back here tomorrow. And I like run after them.
Okay!
Oh dear.
She won't remember.
I don't think
She's not going to remember much.
No.
Dry King. No, I don't know why we do it as a stream. We just do it as a podcast. But every once in a while, we do silly things on stream, like rub your nose.
Right, you.
Like what?
What do you mean again? This is
Yes,
the first
Amber
time.
is pissed again.
Fuck you! It's the first time Amber's gotten drunk. She got a little bit tipsy from the potato alcohol.
Ah, yes. The
This-
potato alcohol.
First time she's been drunk on the stream.
Alright. You guys travel through the streets and you get to the Whirling Blade. And it is a large area. One central sort of building. From what you can see from the outside, it looks like there's two smaller buildings that are attached to it. You approach the place, it's a two-level building, but only the central section, the larger of the sections, is the two-story part. The two other outcrops of the building are single-level buildings. Otherwise, again, same as everything else. The very typical maple wood framework, maple doors, maple window frames and stuff like that. There's a lot of lights coming from within inside of this, and you can hear a fair amount of noise coming from the tavern itself. You walk up to the front door. This tavern, at least from the outside from what you're seeing, is actually quite nice. It's nice and clean, well kept. And yeah, not really all that much sort of sticks out that this is any different. Like it's almost like you get lost a little bit because of the normality of it, the sameness of it. Yes. However, the sign above it is like the two crossed daggers with sort of like a weird motif around it. Looks like they're swirling.
Shall we go in? Or shall we stand outside or not?
I just walk straight in.
I'm gonna stand there staring at the sign for a bit, really confused.
No, you're gonna stand staring at the sign and start spinning.
No, just stand there and slowly start tipping backwards.
I'm
And
on,
eventually land on her ass.
I'm on the threshold where I was back and sort of like grab Emma by the hand and just pull her inside.
You go into the tavern, and yeah, it's quite busy. There's quite a lot of people going around. You notice that one of the building outcrops is an open area with no chairs or stools or tables and whatnot. And there's a central wooden pillar to basically hold up the ceiling, or at least that's what it looks like. And in that pillar is about half a dozen knives that are stuck into it. Otherwise, the rest of the building has tables everywhere and as well as bench space at the back of the tavern. And you see at a door right on your right hand side as you enter, you see two particular people. One of them is this tanned human male with knotted muscles and stuff like that, as well as lots of scarring over his body. And there's a second person who's also with him, who's almost another head taller than this particular guy, and he's tall for a human, is another Goliath of some particular type, who's sitting next to him. And they're both talking amongst themselves. When you first enter into the room, it's kind of like their conversation just stops for a minute. Boro! Boro wants to know what you are doing in the tavern.
Come for a drink?
Boro is pleased. Do not make trouble or Boro will have to hurt you.
Yeah,
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay.
Are you drunk?
No, I'm a dwarf!
Boro is pleased. If Boro has to crack skulls, Boro will.
Okay.
I assume that's the live.
That's the Goliath, yes.
still big.
I assume Rayleigh's in
What?
here somewhere.
What is Boro?
Boro is me.
Okay, nice to meet you. Me? Sorry, Boro.
No, Boro. Boro is very happy to meet you, little man.
Who's on first?
No, he's on second.
And what's on second?
I don't know the joke. Stop entertaining Boro on such complicated things.
I don't know who's on third.
Neither do I.
Sorry.
My friends, it's a bit weird this one. He'd like to talk in the third person if you haven't already noticed. The gentleman sitting right next to him, he's got that...
Get it.
He talks in the third person?
What?
Third person?
Who is the third person?
Alright, they're not very smart and I'm a barbarian.
He says, forgive them. They were a little bit tipsy.
He says his own name instead of me or you and I and so on and so forth.
Even
No, I
he
got
understands that is the concerning thing.
I got that. I ain't get the rest.
Not important. Look, a
Okay.
stool.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to be a stool now?
No, you use the stool.
Okay. Should go and sit on the stool.
Okay, you go sit on the stool.
Roll for balance.
That's not a check she can win.
I'm just not going to roll every particular roll. You sit down.
I just go up to the bar and order a round of ales a round of ciders, I guess.
Yep, round ciders. I think it's the ale. You can get ale here, but the cider's cheaper.
Yeah, figured as much.
Is there apple beer?
Apple beer, yeah, cider.
No.
Apple beer is cider.
No, apple beer is not cider.
Traditionally brewed. No.
He is correct, but no.
Okay.
Imagine I arrive a few seconds after them.
Yeah, you pretty much all arriving at the same time.
I turn around with like the handfuls of drinks. Turn back to the bar and go, I need one more.
Yolan, I'm fine.
Have you tried it?
I don't want to.
How does?
Yes, that's why.
When you
It's like candy water.
when you go over to the actual bar itself, there's this this is like a place full of large gentlemen and stuff like that. Again, more of the knotted muscles and stuff like that. A lot of lacerations of scars and whatnot, healed from many wounds that he's copped in his lifetime. Probably this difference between this guy is that he has a deep scar under his right eye that goes from the bridge of the nose right underneath into the temple, which is really deep and probably the most noticeable scar of all of them on his face. And he also, as you approach, he has this brief moment of time when no one's approached him directly, probably more his workers that have approached, and he's just actually twirling a dagger in his fingers.
I'm just sitting there like a
And he sees you come up, because like you're a dragonborn, he's kind of like, my friend, how are you? I have not seen your type for quite some time.
I am far from home at the moment.
You are obviously very far. You know what? For you, I will give you a drink.
Thank you.
Cider it is.
I start drinking.
Better than piss water.
Would I be able to buy a round for the table over there? And I just sort of point in the general direction of.
He kind of looks over in that area. Oh, an elf? And a dwarf?
Who's sitting there looking like literally a 5-year-old child swinging her legs with her hands in the chair.
A halfling. That's weirdest conglomerate of.
I keep expecting someone to go, is that a child in my tavern?
With the tallness of these guys. It will be 3 silver pieces. Excellent. Puts like dagger back into his sheath at his side. There we go. All for you, my friend. Good to see a dragonborn. I have not seen one in such a time.
We're a rare occurrence I've found in most of the cities I've been to.
In this particular part of Althea, yes. Perhaps in other parts of the world you might be better off, but not here.
I'm originally from the eastern continent.
Perhaps you might see more of the Dragonborn there, I do not know. In this particular part of the world, where there is mostly humans of the Bretonnian knight nature, even though they not call themselves that, they call themselves Mousselon, but they're cut from the same fabric, just slightly darker.
Too true.
Slightly edgier.
Edgelord Bretonians.
It is good to see. Are you a strong or dexterous man?
I can be if it is at all required.
There's another one.
Later on, we will have our knife throwing fights. Well, not fights, our competitions. Have you noticed that the central area over there, which is mostly empty, only when it's really busy do we allow people into that particular area for general talking and drinking, but that is an area where we have competitions for knife throws. So if you're interested later on, we'll be happy and oblige us and join us in this competition.
I might do that.
Excellent, excellent. I am Chevek Krek.
Quebec Crack.
I am the owner of this particular tavern, and I welcome you.
Amir's not here to cheat the knife for
What's his name? Chevek?
I don't need
Chavik Krek.
Perfect.
It's actually De Krek, but the D silent.
To crack.
It's okay.
Thank you very much.
Well, enjoy yourself while you're in my tavern, and later we'll have a knife throwing contest.
I shall. It seems like a fine establishment.
You guys sit down at your table, you bring out your ciders that you've managed to purchase for everyone, and you sit down at the table. You've arrived at this time as well, of course.
Rowan's kind of just fussing over Amber as much as he can, trying to make sure she doesn't fall over or drink any more of this death water
Okay.
that's rendered her.
As you guys sit down, can I get everyone to make a perception check?
I assume a disadvantage.
Nope.
I picked up a spare tankard, but it's filled with water,
Yep.
and I'm just drinking it slowly.
Oh wow!
You were actually
Can't see the
perceptive
stars
as a
from
drunk.
apparently I'm looking at them.
14.
I rolled a 1.
Well, the one, 14,
I rolled
12,
3.
3,
17.
17.
19.
On disadvantage.
No, sorry. Wait. 18. It was my good one. 13.
13.
Still good
Still good.
for a drunk.
Well, I rolled a 1.
Better than my normal perception.
For those who managed to, you got 14, you said. What'd you get?
1.
1,
12.
12. If you got above 10, one particular person out of all the humans and some half elves in this room, there's one particular gentleman who sticks out like a sore thumb. He is black, obsidian black dark skin, white hair, and 2 white horns growing from his head, twirling into a ram's horn, sitting by himself at a table in the corner, wearing very black clothing with white trim. He's very, very standing out all by himself and standing out pretty well.
Has he got a tail?
A what?
A tail.
He does.
Are people giving him a wide berth?
Not so much. It's getting a bit packed and a bit busy, so it's hard to give him a wide berth, but they are avoiding him to a certain extent. You, on the other hand, with the 17, also notice there is another halfling in the place.
Oh.
Yeah, another halfling in the place. Out of the sea of humans, another halfling you notice as well.
Okay. Is he with the tiefling?
No.
Okay.
Does he know he's a tiefling?
Who is he with, this halfling?
He's probably with a couple of others and they're busy having a bit of a chat.
Okay.
Having a bit of conversation and drinking ciders.
Hey, Antoine, look. It's the halfling, look over there. He's like you.
Well, he's a halfling, yes. I wouldn't say he's like me. He could be a shithead.
Is he dressed, is he dressed in just like standard peasant clothes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the halfling is wearing... got very dark browns and greens sewed together, kind of like in a diagonal striped pattern in his tunic. With your perception, you probably notice that, but in general, the colours of the green and the browns are very subtle and very close together, so something you wouldn't notice immediately.
So it's like camo.
Yes.
He's got camo on, so his waist is...
He's also probably
stuffier than you.
what's also noticeable too is that he's mostly shaved head, mostly. Like a couple of mil of hair coming out of his head.
He seems really strange.
Considering this would be probably the most likely point to see thieves and that sort of stuff in the area, can I see anything thieves can see?
Roll a perception check first.
12.
You don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
You probably see one table having a bit of a gamble over there, but you can't see anything else strange about that.
Is that ghost cheese? No.
It's cheese.
It's normal cheese.
Gamblers.
I want.
She wants what can't have.
Anything else?
Hey, Olin.
Yes.
That bag.
Yes.
Didn't that bag used to be one of those? And I just pointed blatantly across the room.
At the tiefling.
Yeah, the tiefling.
That is impolite.
It
I'll do that
looks
again.
like you walked out of a painting.
Oh yeah, it's a me. I'm sorry about that. Yes, no.
He was. Looked very different to that, but yes.
Okay.
Don't go and talk to him.
Why not?
And don't mention the bag.
He seems very alone. I should keep him company.
Oh no.
No, you should not.
Okay, off we go. Have fun.
Is he dangerous?
Lots of people can be dangerous.
Is he dangerous though?
I don't know, I've never met the man.
Let's take that, shall we?
No.
Sure.
Were you guys standing next to Amber when you were having that conversation?
Probably, yeah. Like I assume it's just us around a table.
Basically.
Or around Amber with a
With a shield, yeah.
That would not be a stable
It
table.
would not be a stable table, no.
stable table.
It feels like we're at sea again.
It's like a drink sliding across the table.
Yeah.
Oh, we could gamble on that. Like which way it's gonna tip or something. Put a stone on it and put little rings and see if it can.
Oh, I never considered that. Change the background when we do a fight. Yeah, it does. It does. When we go to the combat screen, I've got a completely different background. I do remember that, actually.
I've just invented a new game. I'm gonna draw paint rings onto your shield and then put a stone on
I
top
have
of
a
it.
shield.
What shield will we using?
He was using his shield, yeah.
Paint rings onto your old shield. And then we'll put a stone on the top, and while she's drunk swinging the bow, we'll see gamble on which hole it's gonna roll into.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
Well, I've told them all the things, so if you guys want to play, then play.
I'm going to finish my drink first, then go up and get another one, get a second one, then go and talk to the people.
Alright, so you grab yourself a second drink. Like 5 copper.
Amber at this point probably would have wandered over to this gentleman.
So I'm basically walk up to the bar, get 2 ciders. As I turn around to like take them over and talk to the
You
tiefling,
see-
I turn around and Amber's already there. I'm just like,
Rowan is two. Rowan is 2 paces behind because like she walked past someone who came out of the privy and is now trailing like bog roll behind one of her shoes or something. I don't know. She's like, no, stop.
Probably. You know what? She wouldn't notice.
So what do you do?
Hi!
Hi.
Are you dangerous?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. I mean, yes.
He's so sarcastic.
How?
I just am.
Show me. My friends think you're really dangerous and this might be
Are
problem
you
to...
prepared for the dangers that I'm about to throw your way?
She's probably not. No.
Yes?
Excellent! You shall be dangerous.
I'm
That's
take
no-
an inside check
Yeah, go
on
for
that.
it. Go for it.
That's
shall be
not
dangerous.
a word, my friend. I
but
am...
It's against.
Just roll. Tell me the numbers.
So
Tell me the
if
numbers.
it's
Tell me the numbers.
lying, it's higher. Which
Tell me
means
the
it's
numbers.
It's hard to work out. It's
Just give me the
13,
standard.
But if he's lying, it's 16.
Okay. At 13, he's also a little bit drunk.
Right.
I am very dangerous.
I want to see
As you
it.
put your hands up just exactly like that, he goes, poke!
When
That
Amber
tickled.
put him back with an axe.
No, Amber left the axe behind. She's too drunk to even remember she had an axe. Poke!
Roll a strength check for me.
Shit. Oh, thank God. Do I add my strength modifier?
Yeah, add your strength modifier, yes.
11.
Stumbles and sort of like falls off his
Oh
chair.
no! Oh, Fred! Oh God! Are you okay? Are you okay?
I sort of like.
I stick his back straight back up. I am dangerous.
Rowan goes to like find him. He's like, oh.
I walk like right over, putting the drink down on the table. I grab Amber and just sort of like start pulling her back.
No, what are you doing? No!
I am powerful. Look at you going away
me
from
how
me.
powerful he was with his pokey finger!
Sorry about my friend.
It is alright. I get a lot of people coming up to me thinking that I am going to eat their children or something.
Why would you eat someone's children?
Because everyone thinks I will, because I look like I do.
But you look to that's so rude. To me, you look like you walked out of a painting, and that's cool. That's so cool.
That is the most wonderful thing as anyone's ever said to me
What?
today.
Oh, that's good. No, but is that Rowan? Is that good?
Yes.
Good. So glad.
I am what's my name? I am Baracus.
Burgerisus?
Yes.
Nice to meet you. I am Amber.
Amber.
Amber. Is that my name?
Make sure the microphones pick that up.
Is he dressed
Yes,
particularly well?
He is.
As the hand is shook, I'm going to cut his purse.
Roll a sleight of hand.
Wait, this whole time Rowan's not been watching him. He's been watching his tail.
I can indebted that, but my first was actually higher, 15.
You cut it.
Sweet. And just
Do you like to drink?
No.
No. No. Oh. Well. Oh. Okay.
He's currently drinking. Of course he likes to drink.
please, my friend, the
Oh,
next
does he
one's on
does?
me.
Oh, you do? You do? I don't understand. I was gonna offer you some of my ale.
There is this word that I know. It starts with an S and ends with an S. No, K. No, C.
He's I'm watching his tail at this point. Just I see him like move back and forth, and I'm like, oh, slithering no, serpent no.
You want some of my ale?
Sure.
I made it. It's dwarven.
Oh, he means you pissed in the bucket.
I didn't piss in it! I didn't piss in it! I am a very good brewer! I make all of my own alcohol except for the ones that I stole from the dwarven citadel.
Into each other. What's that called?
Caravan wreck.
Oh, okay.
Caravan wreck.
It's like
What?
It's amazing how much Amber is Alice.
Shut up, you! Shut up!
I swing into the chair down next to Amber and basically go, sorry, when my dwarf friend poked you, you dropped this, and pass him back the pouch.
Whoa! That's really
Feel
nice
like-
of you, Rayleigh!
I'm so glad you've returned that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I found it on the floor after he was knocked off.
Sure.
A bead of sweat runs down Rowan's forehead because his passive perception was enough to see that. So he was like, "Yes, you dropped it.
Yeah, especially the first roll. Yeah.
You dropped it over there."
They're good people, aren't they? Look at him.
Actually, I'm
turning
going to
your
insight
thing.
and actually check. Does he know I'm lying?
Roll.
Okay. Ah, fuck, I'm rolling the garbage. 12.
No, he doesn't seem to notice any difference. He's kind of like drunk, so he's kind of like, sure. In his like more posh way, he's trying to present himself, but still a bit drunk.
Yeah, I'm going to turn to Rowan and say, we all have to practice somehow and make friends. And just smile slightly at the corner of my mouth.
Okay.
So what
There's
brings
death growing here,
you
you know. Sorry. There's death growing here, you know.
Yes, I'll take part in that later.
I'm just hoping that he doesn't
Meme
Montanoil.
Penenta.
Penenta. I've never been to Penenta.
Oh, can I have a bit?
Tender.
Oh,
Rowan,
shit.
where are we?
I love this stuff.
Montanoil?
That place. What brings you to Montanoil?
Well,
Mountain oil.
mountain of oil.
Mountain oil.
Oil.
Close enough.
This town.
This town.
Ah, it is a sad, sad tale. You see, I was at the Collegium in the Imperial City.
Collegium. That sounds like somewhere Imperius would like.
You're at
We
the
should get him. Where is Imperius?
you're at the Collegium.
I'm assuming
Did
we
you
can-
see a dragonborn while you were there?
I saw a few dragonborn, including one or two that were in the college itself. You
He
might
would have
need to be a
Had
bit more
a
specific.
amulet around his neck. A large crystal.
I don't remember such a thing. I probably would remember such a thing.
So, you were magically inclined?
Yes, that's one way of putting it. It's got like this big, massive bag here that's kind of shaped like a book, but because the bag's around it, it's like a square block of bag.
Imperius is
And like just
that.
suddenly, flare of light comes from his hand.
Woo! I think Imperius can do that. He can do that, right?
I don't know.
You're like,
I imagine so.
I'm going to assume that we can all hear her.
I can do that.
I'm very
The whole
loud.
tavern can hear her.
I predict the weather for the next day.
Yeah, I like that. That's so cool, Rowan. You're so cool. You're the coolest best friend ever. Yeah.
Do you want to hear my story at all?
Yes, I want to hear your story.
Shut up!
Oh, okay. I'll be really quiet.
Somehow I doubt it.
No.
I like
Trust
this guy.
me.
The whole tavern is watching this
I
whole
can.
free
I
entertainment.
Suddenly it's all just quiet all of a sudden.
They're taking bets.
I can be really quiet.
So can I!
Watch me go.
Look, we cast a spell so we can be all quiet. Fiddly biddly. I'm fucking, who am I kidding?
I like this person. He's funny.
I can do that for you if you like.
What, drink my cider? I'm pretty capable of getting drunk myself.
Make it quiet.
But now we
Then why would I have to? I wouldn't be able to talk with anyone. Why would I want it to be quiet?
I want to
That's
hear
the
his
point.
story.
He's not a very friendly man, is he?
He's really good inside, but he doesn't talk much.
I could tell.
Yeah. What's your story? You gonna tell me your story?
Only
Why are you
elves
in
are
the
emotional
number
drunk.
to tail?
What? Why am I on to nails?
Snails.
Nails.
What was I talking about?
Why are you here?
Why are you?
Oh, of course!
Why
You
are
see, I was
here?
kicked out of the Collegium because I burnt down one of the towers.
Oh, that's
Bit of a
nice.
We've all done that before.
I'm curious. I didn't know this about you.
When I was younger.
Oh, we're always younger when we do these things, but they kick you out. Just because I burnt down a 4-story tower? There's nothing to it.
Seems
They
unfair.
just build a new one in a couple of hours, if not shorter.
Are they magic towers?
Yes.
It's difficult. I do not like being this.
What is this?
Not drunk, but this.
But you look so spectacular.
I am a horrid-looking creature that everyone thinks. I eat babies and steal souls. I'm not even ginger.
I'm a ginger! I don't do those things either.
What is your name?
My name?
I'm sorry, my
His
friend.
name was Bavitsafata.
Baracus Tetlin.
That one.
Baracus, we're traveling to the Black City.
Oh, the Black City! I might be able to lay up against the wall and no one would notice me except for the buffy hair of white.
Would you like to come? You seem
No!
like an interesting
Why
fellow.
would I want to go to that horrible place?
Why is
Just
it
because
all
you keep talking
like...
about having no ties here.
I don't have any ties anywhere.
So
Yeah,
come
look
with
at
us.
it. He's not wearing a tie.
What would I achieve coming with you? Why are you heading to the Black City? That is
You could-
nowhere
you
near where
could-
I want
Because
to
we
go.
want to paint it white.
You could drink my ale.
That's a lot of paint!
We want to whitewash the Black City.
Oh.
Yolan said we were going there for a family.
That doesn't sound very entertaining.
We're looking for the Depine family of nobles.
I have no idea who they are.
Apparently no one does.
Big mystery.
Do you have a balloon in there?
What?
That's not even Snake. What are you doing?
I like you, Amber. I might add you race to my people I like.
like you too. What are you?
I am a baby eater tiefling.
Ah! Baby tiefling, you will be on my first of friends of acceptable races.
Acceptable racist. Jesus Christ.
Hey, dwarves are racist.
He's gonna add you to Racebook. So bad.
Europe.
How about we don't go down this race conversation anymore?
That's probably a good idea. A lot of people discriminate against lots of people.
Do they think I eat babies?
I don't know, but I don't know why anyone would eat babies. They seem a little bit small and not very delicious.
Maybe my demon friend might like babies, but I don't.
Well, it's a different story, but
The look on Rome's
I think it's the tail. It's the tail with the pointy end.
Literally just said demon friend and you're checking your damn phone. He said he has a demon friend.
Question.
You know what a
Yansa.
tiefling is?
Yes.
How
He is a
does
demon
one
friend.
become a dwarf?
Well, you get someone tall and you cut off their legs.
That doesn't sound.
Stop giving the man false hope.
Not true.
He doesn't want to be what he is.
I read about this one.
Yeah?
You catch true polymorph.
The revelation.
I don't know what that is. Am I true polymorph?
No! But he can true polymorph if he gets good enough.
That's going to take some time.
you know, in the meantime, you could disguise self.
He could be.
Oh yes, like this.
She's like turning to him.
Ah! That's Judaism! Why is there?
He starts like adjusting his hair.
Tries to mimic.
I think I'm seeing double, Rowan.
There's 4 of them.
What happened?
Yes, I believe you've had too much to drink. You should probably stop.
I should probably stop. Reflection of my friend telling me, what is this you're handing me?
Cider.
No.
No.
I'm trying to see if she'll pass out.
No.
I think maybe she vomits before she passes out.
It's an
Let's bet on
experiment.
this. 5 gold sessions
My
vomits first.
two good friends named Buffett
You come with me. I'm going to walk up to the bar and ask for some hot water.
Bye, friend. Good luck on becoming a dwarf. It's so much fun. So much fun.
Really? Are you going to join the knife throwing competition?
When it starts. It seems like the tavern.
I want to join the knife throwing competition too.
Amber, you should join. Subtle cast bravery on a heroism, sorry.
He's dragged me away to the
I
bar.
just want some hot water. I'm going to use some of those herbs I've got to like knock together like sleepy time tea or something. Just calm her down.
Water, hey.
Yes, hot water, please.
Water for you.
Okay, and 2
Is
cups.
it actually water?
2 cups.
It's a strange request to the tavern, but I shall give you what you require.
It's okay. Watch this. I just pull out like dried herbs, pull off things, mix them up, toss them in the empty cup.
Kind of like, he's holding his knife on one finger against the thing and spins it as he's watching what you're doing.
Then then pour the hot water into the cup with the leaves in it to like infuse them and turn it into a tea. So I'm just gonna roll like survival to see how well it works. Ooh, 26.
Wow.
Nice.
It's a potent tea.
That's a potent tea you got there.
Yeah, and the objective is to calm Amber down.
You calm her down so well she passes.
Like, Amber, you drink this.
What is it?
It's a kind of cider.
I wish the camera can see the eye roll
They
in.
probably can't. I went cross-eyed. Okay, I'll drink it. This is hot! Why do you love this one?
It's okay. I'll like brush my hand over it to like cool the rim of the glass. Let's try it again.
That's cool. Can you do it again?
Drink first.
Okay. That's better. And she'll drink it.
Roll a with advantage, a poison check, yeah. So
Poison, yeah, fair enough.
It's
Yeah, cool.
effectively sleeping poison.
Advantage?
yes,
Or disadvantage?
with advantage, because you're a dwarf.
I rolled
You shouldn't be
natural
this
18.
drunk this
I know! Natural 18?
Yeah, you start sobering up.
Okay.
That ruined my plans.
And-
I wanted to see Amber in a
ruined
knife
my
throwing
experiment.
competition with her negative
She
1
needs
dex.
to get drunk.
throwing axes and shit.
Why?
I don't think she is.
Because she's so loud.
Oh.
Everyone's looking at us. I thought that was bad.
Excuse me, barkeep. When does this knife throwing competition start?
It will start soon, my
It's
friend.
entertaining.
I'm
So's the
bored.
bar.
In fact, it will start in a moment. I'm going to get Boro to announce it for us. I, Boro, man of this tavern, keeper of the door, here to declare that the knife throwing competition will be starting now. If you want to join in, head to the open area over there.
I walk over.
I walk over there as well.
Before he walks over, I'm just going, good luck, I think you'll do it too. Cast guidance on him.
Rowan,
Gives you
what happened? I'm a little bit hazy.
For one roll.
I'm still holding like.
It's a skill check roll
Yeah,
only.
for ability checks, yeah.
What's that?
It's.
Not necessarily.
I,
Not for a
I wish to join
You
the
sure?
tricks.
Oh, it smells delicious.
Boro is pleased with the
Precipitation.
It makes. What is it?
Precipitation.
precipitation.
Cider.
I didn't know my beard. He told Amber that the cider makes her beard fall out. So she doesn't want any more.
Yes!
That's a good way of making it not drink
It's for your own good!
That's how you can get her to sober up immediately.
The other guy who was sitting with Boro basically stands up and comes into the area as well. He's got like 2 hand axes. Like, starts flipping them. My friends, I am Antonio, and come here for this particular knife throwing. It doesn't necessarily need to be knives. Axes would do the trick. Maybe perhaps even a javelin. Usually too big.
I'll join in.
Wait, throwing things?
Yes.
Hey, I can do that. Yeah, I want to join too.
What do I have to throw? Cook's utensils, an iron pot, or something?
The dagger that I gave you, that you didn't write down, scumbag. I gave everyone a dagger.
Everyone a dagger.
It's a dragonborn dagger.
Yeah, I assume that's my engraved dagger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I've got ornate, obsidian, engraved, and 3 normals.
Because everyone had their name in dragonborn.
And that's after
and
testing
like,
acid on one.
Boro is pleased with the participants. I'm getting my accent so mixed up. Boro is happy. Everyone stand up. The competition...
I am standing. This is my normal...
I apologize. Boro is very unhappy that he's made you unhappy.
That's okay. Do some...
Boro is not stupid.
Okay.
Be nice, Antoine.
I
Pat
am
on the
being
head.
nice.
You normally judges 4 silvers.
Everyone who participates puts in 1 silver piece. The winner of the competition gets the pot.
Can you break a gold?
I already have a pot.
Shit.
I will put in the silver for you too.
Thank you.
Same.
I'll put in the silver.
I will sneak behind Yorge for a second, and I'm gonna, like, as quietly as I can, cast enhance ability on myself.
Hey, he's casting a spell.
I don't even get to stealth. Damn it!
You don't have the same ability as he does, so you realistically can't stealth cast a spell
In the middle of public.
in the middle of a public. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, no, not.
If it's got no verbal components, maybe.
If you can't do verbal components, maybe, but yeah, they generally do. So
Verbal somatic material.
yeah. It's a very obvious one that you're doing then. There's like half of the crowd looking at you going, "Oh, really?"
I just went to the bathroom. My hands are so wet.
The competition is simple. On the middle pole, you will notice colors of varying sizes. As they get towards the center, they shrink in size. Your objective is to get as close to the smallest colored areas as you can. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen, and throw away.
Is there a line or something? Or...
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Me. I throw an ice knife at the wall.
Alright, roll.
Yep. And here's the thing. Ice knife only has somatic components. And this has a +7 on my spellcasting bonus, so it's 14 to hit the wall.
14 to hit. Write down your numbers you roll, actually.
Yep.
I'm going to have to take notes of my roll.
I assume all the other daggers that are already stuck in it suddenly shatter.
That's why I went first, because there are no daggers there yet.
The other ones, they got taken out for the competition.
Does that mean like it's
Are we throwing
coated
the
in
wall
a
or the
sleek, thin
The
layer
pulp.
of ice now?
Probably, yes, because it impacts and then explodes into ice.
Who's next?
Me.
Write down your roll of 4.
Sorry, actually 3 if it's dex.
If you're already a dagger, then yes.
Oh dear.
It basically just goes, yeah, pretty much. Misses the pole entirely and just scatters off into the corner somewhere.
Nearly hit someone in the crowd.
No, the crowd, they're not that stupid. They're not going to go, oh, look, they're all throwing this particular direction. I'm just going to go right here and watch it right from the back.
Look, some people were.
Yeah.
Not that stupid.
Have you met
Peasants.
sword crafters?
These people are smarter than swordcrafters.
But they
That's my 3 salts. That's all I'm done for the day.
they're just filthy
That
peasants.
song.
Who's next?
I'll go.
He hit someone in the
It's a nat 1. So I'm gonna precision strike that, so it's not a nat 1.
And that one is still a nat 1 when it comes to attack rolls.
Yeah.
Even with precision.
Even with
strike.
precision strike.
Okay, then I'm not gonna waste mine. Actually, that would technically be a 2 because I've got.
Can you roll damage?
It doesn't matter, it's a raw,
It's
natural.
nat 1. It's irrelevant of all the bonuses.
For a combat roll, yes.
Mary.
2 plus
Right in the middle.
dex, so 3.
Dagger.
Ah! As your dagger hits the very side of the actual pole itself and ricochets massively in this massive wide arc through the actual crowd down to the back where the bar is. And there's just like sudden quiet amongst the crowd, and they're all like turn, and you hear like the shuffling of the chairs and stuff like that. And then there's just like parting of the Red Sea type thing happening, and the bartender's there, and the dagger's in his arm.
At least it wasn't Mary's pussy.
Is that the one that's engraved with your name?
Is it? Yorlin.
It's in Dragonborn, so you, unless he speaks Draconic.
Yorlin.
Sorry about that.
Would you like your dagger back?
I walk over.
Doesn't even flinch.
I hand him a gold piece. Sorry about that.
Imperious,
Yes.
could you please see to the man?
Yes.
Let's
yes, yes.
walk back.
I'll heal him up.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Who's next?
No.
I can.
It's okay.
I was just writing this for full.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a hand axe.
Go for it.
12?
Thunk into the lowest, largest of the colours on the thing. Right down.
Do we retrieve them afterwards, or are we?
Yeah, we'll retrieve them.
No, I'm not. But I will play a little ditty. Really can throw so well, he will always hit his target.
Is that a 4?
That is.
That's
inspiration.
only if you're doing skill checks. This is an attack
No,
roll.
this is inspiration.
Are you doing inspiration?
That's
Yeah.
different. So
That's
is it a
D6.
6. Oh, Jesus, I needed it. 17.
Right down 17 is yours. Goes into the hole a lot higher, a lot more central to the colours, I should say. Antonio stands up. Dun-dun-dun. And just barely hits the colours on the edge. It's a very thick pole. It's kind of designed for it. In fact, from what you're gathering, it's not even really a support thing. It's just there for this purpose.
Oh, so it's like not even reaching the roof, it's just stuck in the ground.
It is reaching the roof,
Yeah.
but you can take it
It's
away
just
and it wouldn't.
It's
It
a
wouldn't
40-year-old tree stump.
yeah, basically.
Nice.
I have not rolled above 10 on the dice.
The bartender
20, but you
The bartender now steps up, goes,
Everything else has been bonuses.
"You have all done very good. Your shots have been true and strong, except for yours.
And mine. Mine can hit the pole door.
I didn't see anything.
No. It was.
It is now my turn to show you what it's all about."
He misses it.
No, I don't miss, but I don't roll very well either.
It's like my dagger was at knee height.
However, his is the closest to the center of all of them so far.
Nice. What what's people's response to a knife that is made of ice and then explodes?
Some of them are like, all right, we'll let it go. Kind of did the trick, and then melted away afterwards.
Imperious.
Yes.
I'll walk over and whisper. Can you cast Detect Magic
Yes, I can. Yes.
on his weapon?
Why? He just seems to be skilled with a blade.
No. This little halfling comes through the crowd. In my way! My turn! Watch this. Dunk! Gets closer to the center than the bartender does. Ha! That's how you do it!
Neither do I.
Sits down on the stool near us. Like there's a few.
He wants to do finger guns. Fireball.
No! So much showmanship from this guy.
Can you fireball the pillar? Because I guess that technically hits the center. Hits all of it.
Oh, I'm not fireballing.
Alright, anyone else that has not thrown yet?
Valen with a fucking rifle.
Is everyone thrown?
Oh,
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, right. Valen's standing over the
Phelan's
other
outside.
side.
He's in the other tavern.
This is how you do a knife throw, motherfuckers. Boom!
Whole splits in half.
Alright, back to the top then. Next roll, next throw.
I'm gonna throw another ice knife. 11.
11, write it down. More icy glass shatters through the pillar.
You should be really careful you don't get a zip one on that because it's beating the crowd.
That'd be fired.
I mean,
I'm gonna add precision strike to that. Not much. 16.
16's not bad. Roll right down 16.
it is like 3 rounds. Okay.
I'm at 16. So.
16 as well, as a little halfling twirls his dagger and throws it into the stump.
I'm not competing.
You still see
I will give him inspiration again though.
Sweet. Oh, that's better. It's 27.
27, right down 27.
27. Jesus.
And that's with a 1 on the inspiration.
God damn it. 15.
15, right down you go to 15.
This is what rogues are good at.
Dex, yes.
Antonio, my turn, my friends. That's pretty good. You got a 25. I am impressed, Antonio. It is now my turn. I am the professional at this one. Well, not today.
Not
Too much confidence.
Way too much.
And booze.
Still, you got a 17. Ha! My turn now. Little halfling comes back off his stool. 19 or old. Jeez. That one goes like really close to the center. Dunk! Ha ha! Yeah!
Oh.
Still couldn't beat it 27. Could it? 19?
Probably, yeah.
Third round.
That's a +8 on.
Okay, this time I'm gonna goose it a bit more and throw a 2nd level ice knife at this thing. So I'm like,
You should kill us all?
yes. Spell attack. Dirty 20.
Nice, write it down.
And the explosion is even bigger of ice.
That's dirty 20 as well.
Amber?
No, 21. Sorry.
21.
Write it down. Antoine?
For my 3rd roll.
Yes.
Well, I was looking at like there's a channel divinity that gives me guidance straight now. It's conquest. 13.
13, write it down. And rarely?
You still
Are you adding
singing?
proficiency?
Still singing.
Are you adding
That's
proficiency?
all of your
Yes, I'm
thingos
taking my
by now, isn't it?
proficiency.
You don't have that many.
I have one left.
Dexterity.
I have 4 in total.
But you
Yeah.
also have proficiency in the weapon,
I
which
was
means
gonna
you
say
add
mine
proficiency.
anyways.
Yeah.
That's garbage.
Yeah.
16.
Write it down.
That's 2. Like,
I was just
garbage.
And-
I got 1
No.
3 times on that.
That's not how it works.
Antonio basically throws his dagger, and this one misses the mark by miles and scatters to the back of the room.
6. That'll be 19.
Perhaps my overconfidence has taken over, and I have missed the fun around. I've gone French. I'm supposed to be Spanish. It's all right, my friend. We have these particular problems. We tell our lady friends we just need more ale. Ha! Not bad. I am not doing professionally very well tonight, my friends. But it's good. Competition is good. I must not always be the best at these things, otherwise this makes this a pointless environment. Averin, I believe is your name. Is it Halfling? Ha! Yes, it is! My turn, my turn. I lost my dice. Next one. Natural 20! Ha ha! Yeah!
I knew I should use vicious mockery on him.
It's still cat.
No, he's already. Yeah. Because it would have given him disadvantage.
I think that means I've won! All the silvers are mine! Ha! You have done well, Averin. Congratulations on winning the knife tournament, because I'm pretty sure none of you guys got close.
Nope. What's he got?
23, 27, 28.
Yeah, 17, 27, 16.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
highest by miles for everyone
He's a
else.
thief too, then. He's got to be. Or a bard. College of Knives. He's got to be.
Rogue, he's tiny.
Halflings rogues.
I'll tell you what, he's
Halflings
annoying.
make really good rogues.
Huh?
Halflings make really good rogues.
Thank you, my friends! Thank you, my friends! It's been a pleasure winning this tournament!
That was very anticlimactic.
It wasn't for me! I'm slightly richer than before!
I'm tired. Let's go back to the mighty cowman.
I am the mighty cowman.
What?
The mighty cowman.
The Minotaur.
Yes.
The mighty Minotaur.
Sorry, what?
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a Minotaur in the city?
Yes, there is. He runs
That's
the
what we
Magic
thought.
Minotaur. It's where our inn is. I've got a room for us.
Oh, cool. Is he nice?
He seems very nice. A bit loud.
Oh, huge. I'm just like standing at the thing, like wrenching daggers out and tossing it back to people who own them.
They're all really cold.
Yeah, like it like hurts to touch them.
This one's dripping.
Yeah, I've got cloth wrapped around my hand to wrench them out. Dry ice burns.
The rogues are like, ooh, and just like as he cracks it, just like a puff of cold air comes out of his hand. He's like, ah, that's fun.
I take my cold dagger and I drink.
Cool the drink down, yeah. Alright, is there anything else anyone doing here, or they want to head back to home?
I'm good.
Head to bed.
Yes.
Alright, so you guys finish off the night at the tavern and say your goodbyes to whoever you need to say goodbye to, and head back home to the inn.
I'm glad to have given that tiefling some purpose in life, which is to learn true polymorph.
By the way, as I'm walking past the halfling, because I've got sort of an inkling that I'm going to assume he's someone of the arts, I'm going to say, well done on your win, with an undertone of just...
You cheating bastard.
Is there
Roll an insight roll.
insight? Garbage. 3, unless he's 9, which is not, plus 6, 9.
Kind of like gives you a raised eyebrow as you walk off. Thank you!
But, no, I was going to continue the conversation, but never mind.
If you want to continue the conversation, go for it.
Oh, I was going to ask him, with undertones and thieves' camp, so just boring chatter, like talking about his win, how well he did, gushing a little bit.
I did pretty good, didn't I?
Yeah, just an undertone of, is there anything in this town that I should be aware of?
Well, you see, my friend, I should have done so much more better, but I think I did pretty goddamn well. What do you think?
I think you did excellent.
Ha! I certainly did! Certainly did!
See, he's clearly not picking up on it.
No.
I'll just smile and keep going. Pat him on the back and walk to the little place.
Good day to you, friend! Good day!
What was your name, by the way?
I just said it, I forgot it.
Avery.
Avery!
Will you be around here?
Yeah, I like this tavern, it's pretty good. I win knife fights.
Fair enough. Well, if you're over free, come for a drink. We'll be at the Minotaurs.
He picks up a shank of meat or something like that, where everyone else is trying to be a bit polite and not be a pig so much. He's just like...
Just savage.
Yeah.
Shameless is, I believe, an appropriate phrase.
Shameless,
for this
yes.
Halflings ruin halflings.
This is why you left. You were sick of all the other halflings.
Like halflings and other halflings.
Good to know.
As you walk away from the table, I guess, "Hey, my friend! What's your story?"
Mine?
Yes.
Travelled far. We've still got a bit to go.
Where are you headed to?
The Black City.
Whoa, I've heard a lot about that place.
Everyone keeps saying that, and I pause and turn and put my mug down next to it. What is it you've heard?
Oh, I've only heard rumours and particular things been said. Am I told, though, that apparently, even though it's called the Black City, that there's one section of that city that is brightly lit 24 hours of the day.
Really? It's interesting. Curious, though. What else have you heard?
Not much more than that, other than perhaps don't walk along the streets at night.
Yes, I figured as much. There is always the rumors of thieves and rogues.
There is particular people that migrate to a place like that, and quite frankly, it scares me to death to even be in that particular place.
That's fair. Well, anyway, it's been a pleasure. I'm sorry, my friends seem to be leaving. I best follow them.
Good day to you, sir! Hope you do well!
You too.
I'll see you at another knife fight tomorrow!
Perhaps, if I have time.
I'll look forward to it! And know all your silvers.
This halfling seems like it's your best. I don't think I wish to come back here.
I think we should make him a quarterling.
A quarterling.
I even cut off his legs and make him into a dwarf.
No, that was actually useful information, though. Who cares if he's a jerk? He's something useful.
He's very boisterous.
The person who gave you that character is probably going, I didn't want him to be a jerk!
He's not a jerk, he's just a cocky bastard.
An area in the city that's lit all of the time. Why?
The halfling race is quite boisterous.
Why?
My family is not so much. We are a bit more reserved.
Okay.
Yes, but besides,
I like you.
the halfling aside, why would there be an area in the city permanently lit?
This is strange, yes.
Fire? Are they burning something? A ritual?
Or just rich people.
Rich people are not. They don't usually keep noble areas lit.
People still need
all
to
night.
sleep, and for sleep, most people need darkness.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a temple.
It's definitely worth something to look at.
But he did not say how well lit, did he? Just
Brightly. He said it was brightly lit. At all times of
maybe
day.
to keep something away.
Like what?
I don't know.
So I take it the streets are very quiet.
It's a lot later in the night now, and a lot of people have...
We're conversing as we walk.
Yeah.
Realizing that it's dying down a bit, I'm actually going to make a few perception checks just to
Go for it.
make sure we're not being followed, side-eyed, anything like that. And it's 22.
You are not being followed. You are not seeing anyone out who shouldn't be out, who at least don't have a purpose of just heading back home or anything like that.
Cool.
There is no one following anyone else. There is nothing happening that you would expect to happen in a town like this.
So it's too safe.
Too safe.
Something's wrong.
Why do I feel less
Something is
comfortable
wrong.
after you heard that?
Sorry? The owl,
I feel uncomfortable
Yeah, I
hearing
actually got a
you saying that.
shiver, like a little bit of down the spine from the owl. I don't know why.
This is how wrong it is. I just rolled 2 months.
What did
Wow, that's bad.
What did the owl say?
Hoot, 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 hoot. No, just...
You said something earlier about the town not feeling right.
It's kind of a.
It is too quiet.
I don't know. It's a thing.
There is.
The grass is too green. The trees are too lush. It's.
You're right. I would expect for the amount of money in this area to have heard at least one thief by this point.
There
I've
is
heard nothing.
There is no beggars. There is no homeless people. There is no.
And there's
Trash
those
in the
weird,
streets.
creepy people that dress like bees. The Muslim?
Yes.
Well, I mean,
just
they're
like
just an
bees.
army.
Perhaps we
Black
should
and
inspect
yellow.
this tree in the
Absolutely.
center of town. I feel like there is something odd and
I think
ominous
that
about
is
it.
just the
Now?
outsiders, not
Yes.
just bees.
Now,
Oh.
Yes.
do we want to
Suppose
draw
that makes a
attention
lot
if we
of
think
sense.
something's off?
It's still
We
weird.
can go have a look, and if it looks like there is a lot of guards or something around, then we can not.
It's okay. I can talk to it.
Fine. I slowly wrap my kurosagana under my robes around my right arm, and I have it there, but totally covered. So,
Okay. So you're heading off to the Aquilian Hospice?
Yes.
To the tree?
Okay. Amber doesn't want to go to the tree.
You don't have to, Amber. You can go back if you want.
She doesn't want to be in this town by herself.
Well, I
it's
guess
creepy.
you're stuck with this then.
It's just a tree. Okay, it's a big tree, but it's still just a tree.
Our last encounter with an unnatural tree.
She was lovely.
She?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with that tree. It's just something from the face.
Also, Amber, I think it's a maple, which means it might have syrup. And that's good for beer
And pancakes.
and pancakes.
Whiskey.
Halfling cakes.
And waffles.
Maple whiskey. Mm.
Short
Maple
cakes.
whiskey is
Halfling cake.
I'm just bloody hungry now.
Yeah, we all know that the halflings love pancakes.
Alice,
We all
by
know
the
that
way.
It's a halfling
You
food.
sit up.
Halflings love food.
But pancakes are just
It's
a
also the
halfling
microphone
food.
because you know
Like,
you're talking away from
If
it.
you think
Oh,
about
right.
pancakes and you think which society in Dungeons and Dragons would like pancakes, it's
Halflings.
got to be halflings.
They sleep. They make like pillows and blankets out of pancakes.
Yeah,
And then in the morning they just put maple syrup all over themselves.
Exactly,
to eat
bacon
them.
and
Just during the night, there's a.
Yeah, that's it. I had this dream I ate my pillow. Oh, I did.
Their beds are waffles.
It's-
Giant waffles.
Oh, sounds delicious.
They're like a nomadic tribe that just build all their
So
houses
they're
like out of
gingerbread
candy cane.
people?
It's like, yeah, gingerbread people. And when they got to move on, they just eat all the gingerbread.
Okay. We go to the tree.
Go to the tree.
I think we just cannibalized the poor halfling race.
Alright, you head to the tree, and it's not that hard to sort of go towards the tree because it's basically dead center in the town. You notice as you're getting to the base of it, there's giant roots of the actual maple tree itself that extend out probably 10 to 20 feet, depending on which side of the tree you're on. Right at the front of where there's, you can see like a door. It's hard to tell, but as you're getting closer, you can pretty sure it's a door. But the way everything in this particular place, there's like windows, or at least shuttered windows, that are closed at this particular time of the night, but you can see candlelight coming from beyond. Everything about it, the doors, the shutters, the windowsills, everything else, the door frames, everything else, is molded from the tree.
Guys, it's like home.
I
This is how we do it in Beliska.
I quickly grab a knife and just chop a quick splinter out of one of the roots. Hang on a sec, Rowan. And chop,
It's gonna remember that.
and chop another one, and then throw one to Rowan, just a small chunk of wood, and say, there might be something special about this sort of wood. See if you can grow something out of it later. And I chuck another one to Imperius and go, you might want to test that. Seems way too magical for this region.
I will ritualistically cast Detect Magic.
Amber will produce a couple
That will
of-
take 10 minutes to do, so you'll be, if the rest of the party is happy to stop, wait for you to do you 10 minutes?
Yeah,
I
we'll
would
just-
like to understand to appreciate Rowan's understanding of the speak with plant spell. Does he think it'll work from just anywhere in the tree, or if he needs to get like inside?
Probably
Considering
needs to get
the
inside. Yeah.
size. Okay.
Amber's going to produce 2 empty flasks and pass one to you, pass one to Imperius to contain the...
Okay. Like
Wow.
as we pass Rowan, just like
It's just the way Amber thinks.
kind of tries to like heal over the place that really damaged with some minor druid crafting. He's like, I'm sorry. He doesn't get it, and then just heads inside.
Oh, thank you, Ron. Sorry, I should have asked.
Yeah, it's okay. I can fix it. So yes, let's go inside. And Rowan's happy.
Hang on, were we waiting for him to finish detect magic, or?
No. Well, I mean, I'm not. Like this elation for seeing this kind of architecture is overcoming Rowan's trepidation about being in this town and his self-consciousness about potentially meeting an Eladrin.
I'll stop him from getting himself killed.
Fine, I'll stay with the mage. I sit outside.
So you two are sitting outside. Okay. Yep.
He's not the mage.
And I'm just.
Thank you.
I'm just basically high alert.
Yeah.
Actually, no, he's not a mage. He's a sorcerer. Mages are up themselves.
Same thing.
Oh, you're heading. The floor that this door is attached to is essentially from as soon as you open it, you see that it encompasses the whole entire width and depth of the actual tree itself. So there's no sectioned off areas and whatnot. And you notice that and there's basically at the back of it there's two staircases that go up the side up to the next floor, and there's a whole heap of different statues here, and they're made out of wood, as if they've grown up out of the actual tree itself. Everything about this place, the stairs are grown out of the wood. The benches are grown out of the wood. There's a dais here too, and it's coming to a particular symbol of a god you're not 100% sure is.
Really? Can I make a religion check?
You certainly can.
Yeah, I'm trained in religion. Oops. Ooh, 21.
21? It is a symbol of the cleric of life.
Oh.
Sorry, the god of life.
The elven god of life?
Yes.
Interesting. I pay my respects as I pass.
Do you sacrifice a good for that?
No, it's just like a kind of a flamboyant hand gesture. It's kind of like, yeah.
I'm literally like following behind him, like clunk, clunk, clunk.
Isn't it great in here? Look at it all. That's wood, and that's wood. Just, you don't make fire, please.
It's the best music I can come up with.
This place
Yeah,
is
but
like,
doesn't
It's
like-
not fully appropriate.
this place is so nice. It's so nice.
Yes, I'd be able to power a forge for a very long time ago.
Amber, please, thank you for making the fire.
I think he's joking. It's okay.
Okay. Is there a...
Bit creepy.
Oh,
Are
yeah,
there
'cause this
signs
isn't
anywhere?
more ominous.
is it signposted at all? Like, is there a sign saying like this way to the temple, this way to the beds, or something?
Basically, there's actually someone sitting at one of the back of the room who's just busy looking through papers and hasn't actually paid much attention to you guys coming here.
I'll approach him.
Oh, sorry. Hello, how are you?
Elf?
A human.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm really happy. This place is great.
It is very nice, isn't it?
Look at all the things you got.
It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
It's all one organism.
It is.
How'd you do it?
Oh, I didn't do any of it.
Who made this place?
Well, I've only been here for about 6 months myself. I don't know who made it.
Okay. Oh, I should say, yeah. Hi. I'm Rowan.
I'm Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. Where's the people? Where's the other people?
Who are you looking for?
I heard there was an Eladrin in here.
There is.
Where are they?
Well, she is upstairs. No, sorry, he is upstairs, and she is upstairs. The other he, which is the Gatlian, is also upstairs, looking after patients.
May I?
Sure. A visitor?
Admirer.
Admirer. Well, I believe Rowena is her name.
Rowena.
What? Why are you laughing?
Because my name's Rowan.
Oh, of course, Rowena, Rowan. Oh, of course, I see.
Guys, let's go. He just like hooks I'm just like up the stairs.
And I'm just like, oh god, why am I being dragged here? This place gives me the Scoopy Doopies.
Scooby-Doo.
I meant to say the spooky.
The
Spooky.
heebie-jeebies?
The heebie-jeebies?
Yes, the heebie-jeebies. Spooky.
You
doopies.
climb up the second set of stairs, and there's essentially a few signs written in Common and Druidic.
Really?
Mm.
Okay. Like, oh.
The Druidic ones are partly vine-created writing, grown in with the wall.
It's the same words though?
Yes.
Okay.
Which is basically East Ward, West Ward, and then two more wards upper. They don't have any specifics about what they are, more than just this is the ward, this is the ward, this is the ward, this is the ward.
Okay.
Kind of like hospitals, they have the...
Well, in a hospital, they're more specific about what their wards are going to be, but these ones are like written as in they've done it generically because they didn't know what the wards were going to be when they created it.
Is anyone like?
Sorry?
It's schematics.
Yeah.
Is anyone like passing by that I can see?
Yeah, there's heaps of people passing by. There's lots of people in here.
I look for, I'm just gonna glance around for an
Definitely tough cast.
Roll perception rolls.
16.
Yeah, you see as you're like looking around, not you see down one of the wards down there, you see a very beautiful looking elf with hints of green coming through like the temples and stuff like that from the hair and stuff like that, and yeah, very fits the Eladrin elf.
Well,
Actually, I'd be pretty on high alert. I'm feeling the heebie-jeebies. Can I do a perception roll to see what I notice?
this music is not helping.
Modified
Especially with
20.
the wolf hounds.
Cool. Dirty 20, you mean?
Yeah, dirty 20.
That's the word terminology we're using. Yeah, you also see Eladrin as well. But the one that sticks out amongst all of the people here.
Guys,
Like, there's actually a few elves here, more of them here than there are probably anywhere else in the city itself.
this is so weird.
Am I all of my metal getting weird looks from anyone close by?
Oh, really?
I'm still outside with Imperius.
Yes, his magic is now kicked off.
Is there magic in the area?
Yes, there's definitely magic in the area. The whole tree's magical.
Imperius, I just realised something.
Yes.
What did they say this place was?
It's a hospital.
A
Yes,
hospital,
yes, yes.
right?
Yes.
Why? Why is there a hospital in a town that's been so peaceful? We haven't seen crime. We haven't seen war. There's no illness or disease. There's no plague. There's no...
Which is very strange. What is the school of magic that, I'm assuming it's conjuration?
Yes.
For the tree.
Mm.
So it has definitely been...
Conjuration.
Yeah. Summoning, conjuration, whatever you want to call it.
So it's definitely been... It hasn't grown its own.
There's probably a mixture of both.
Like that and transmutation because that's
Yes.
what my breath is.
Transmutation as well, yeah.
I think we should have a look at the patients and see what they're afflicted with.
Let's just head upstairs then. Well, inside, since we don't know about upstairs.
So you guys will arrive later, but you'll see the same person at the bottom of the thingo. He'll ask you, what do you want?
Sorry, looking for Druid. Would have came through. Probably very excited.
Rowan?
That'll be him, yes.
He went upstairs to go meet Rowena.
Oh, Rowena?
Both just spit take.
Rowena is the Eladrin elf.
Oh god, there's two of them.
Oh no, it probably is too.
Rowan calls out like across the people, Rowena, and just like and is making a beeline for her.
She's
you
like
dragging us
like
along?
middle
If you
of
will.
sort of like shuffling her little feet sort of like across the hallway. Like, yes, can I help you?
Hello,
Oh, hello. Hi.
hi, I'm Rowan.
I'm Rowena.
Oh god, there is two of them.
This tree's the best, isn't it?
No, it's fantastic.
Too shy yet.
Did you make it?
No, of course not. No.
Who made the tree?
Oh, it was just here.
What? But so why are you here?
I follow the god of light.
Okay, so the
The
tree
god of
was
light, the
here.
god of healing.
The tree was here, and then who put the hospital inside?
We asked it.
Oh, where do you do that?
We just did at the base.
Oh, is that where you do it? Okay, sure. Right, I'm gonna go and say hi to the tree. Do you want to come?
I'm kind of busy at the moment. For what purpose would you like me to come to talk to the tree?
You know the tree better than me.
I do, and we talk on a semi-regular basis, but I'm very busy.
Okay, I'll find you later.
Okay. She's like, bye.
Oh yeah, I should also say that entire conversation was in Elven.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
So Amber and Yolan are just standing there like,
Yeah, pretty much.
fuck just happened.
Guys, we talked to the tree at the bottom.
I figured that was what you always did.
Yeah, but if you can go inside, then maybe it's okay. It's okay. Here, let's go. I want to find the best place to talk to the tree.
So you'll be coming back downstairs as we're heading upstairs?
Yeah, pretty
probably.
much.
So just like
You guys will basically intercept with each other, yeah.
Oh,
hello.
yes. Hi.
There's something weird.
Yeah, so
You know.
we're going to go
we
upstairs.
No. There's something weird.
What?
There's a female version of Rowan.
I know!
No! Like, they are exactly the same.
I expected as much.
It was like watching Rowan talking in the mirror to a woman.
Cut that aside for a second. We've got a problem here. Why is there a hospital in the middle of a perfectly peaceful city? There's no beggars, no disease, no war.
There's no
There's
disease
no
that you've
crime.
seen.
Sure.
Makes a perfect
But I
refuge.
want to know what the hell's happening here. Why is a
I
hospital?
know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're going to do.
I figure that regardless of our conversation where it is, you've run off to
Like,
the base
like
of the tree.
they're talking. He's standing dead center in the middle of.
Yeah,
the-
Rowan's already
of this
just
room.
bypassed you and started going
Talk
down
with
again.
He's all like,
We're going to head up to
I'm going to start walking towards patients. and
Amber, you might want to go make sure Rowan doesn't.
Can you guys
anything
do me
stupid.
when you're looking for patients? If you guys
Actually,
are doing
no.
that, can
I
you
can
do
come
me an
with you.
investigate roll?
I appreciate that.
I'll come back in a bit.
This gives me the heebie-jeebies.
17.
9.
17,
and I still
9?
haven't rolled over 10.
19.
19, and what was yours again, sorry?
17.
17, okay, they're both pretty good rolls.
Or 18 if you want to use medicine.
Sorry, if I want to use what?
Medicine.
If it's medicine, I'm 21.
This is more of a perception. If you're looking through the rooms and the wards and stuff like that, just having a poke your head in and stuff like that to just give you an initial sort of look over.
And I've got detect magic still for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
that's fine. You find in one of the wards a particular human lying in bed with black tendrils from the chest going up the neck and across the face quite profusely.
Is there anyone else?
And then I will get to these guys as they talk to the tree.
okay, yeah. Rowan's excited. He's like shaking his hands. He's like, okay. Boom! And he just casts speaking
Ask
plants.
anything inappropriate. You don't want to anger it.
The tree gains a certain amount of
Sentience.
motion.
Motion, yeah.
It can move, and since it's all one tree, it can like move its whole self. Just, like it can't uproot itself and move.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It
I know what
can-
you mean.
it can
what you
sway
mean.
and stuff. He says, "Hello, are you there?"
As you guys are looking through the wards and stuff like that, and you see that the tree moves enough of a jolt that you feel like, whoa.
Probably just wrong.
I hope so. Look at that.
What did you just do?
Yeah. That's not good.
I said, "Hello."
Is there anyone else in the room with
But you've
this?
got to remember there are people in that tree.
It's replying.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Is that speaking into his mind, or
No, it's essentially.
so I can
It's
hear
like
the
the
tree
sound
speak?
of-
I
It's like the
sound
sound of
like
fucking
leaves
music.
rustling through the breeze, just coming out of my mouth.
You can't hear the tree.
No, it is communicating.
You can
but
hear
just-
it, but you can't understand.
It's just talking in tree.
Yeah.
It's moving and making rustling sounds. He's the only one who can understand it.
It said welcome. If I might be so bold, how did you come to be here?
Necessity.
Oh, what function do you fulfill?
Protection.
Who are you protecting?
Everyone.
From?
The dead.
His face goes pale.
Rowan, what's he saying? Are you okay? Why are you so pale? Why are you so pale? Why are you so pale?
It's fine. He's here. He's here to protect everybody from the dead.
Oh, he suddenly likes this tree.
What do you mean dead?
What do you mean dead?
The dead.
We passed some on the way in here. Like
Is he talking about the black and white, black and yellow banner?
the Moussalon?
Moussalon.
Oh, names, yeah.
Big people.
Black, yellow soldiers.
Yes.
You are protecting everyone from them.
Bargain.
A bargain with who?
Yes.
There's somebody called Yes who we struck a bargain with.
I'm going to pass a message from
Ask it
upstairs
about-
in the direction of.
Oh,
I know he's downstairs to
Okay.
Rowan. Rowan, ask because I can assume that he's doing speak with trees. Rowan, ask the tree about Xanathar.
you and Imperius had the same idea. Before I go any further, what's your name? The best way to foil a DM is to ask someone's name.
You should always give the tree's name. Just have a list of tree names. Just
Why would a tree have a name?
The trees don't
A tree
understand
names
this.
is not a concept
That's
that they would
true.
do.
His name's Burr. Okay. Burr? I shall call you Burr, is that okay?
I guess.
Burr, what do you know about Xanafelt? Yes, we were in a place, and there were these people with these nasty, like, black neck things, and they were doing some dodgy stuff.
Black thing.
Yes, in the people.
All people have black in them.
We will.
Sorry.
Timing.
Like the evil of their souls?
Yes.
Even me?
Yes.
So why can other people see it in these people? Is Xanafelt making the evil in all people visible?
No.
Guys, I'm confused. Apparently all people have blackness inside them?
Existential tree.
Rowan, what did you ask him?
I asked him about the Xanafelt, and they said that. Oh yeah. Have I got like the reply to the messages pending in my head?
To his message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say, Apparently all people have blackness inside them. The tree doesn't...
Cut off.
Actually... Message again.
I've spun up a
Ask him
dagger,
about the
and I'm now
disease.
just like really scared.
I did, he didn't seem very aware.
This is
Don't explain it as a disease.
is the body in bed.
Okay.
It looks okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there anyone else in the room?
There's a few other people in the room too.
Alright, so we're not just going to walk over
Oh,
and
in
go,
that
oh, look
case-
at this!
In that case, I'll slowly slide the dagger back away. Then pull him out.
Mostly patients. There's no actual nurses or anything like that in there at the moment.
Is anyone awake?
Yeah, there's one person awake who's sort of sitting up, sort of writing something out on a bit of paper, but other than that...
Is he got scarring in the black too?
Nah, he's a normal patient.
So just one of the people here hasn't.
Hello, can I talk to you quickly?
Oh. Shh, be quiet. You can't wake up all the other patients.
The man with the black scarring on his
Oh,
chest.
that's a bit nasty, isn't it?
I've seen it before.
Really? Perhaps you should get them in here and be looked after by the clerics here.
Unfortunately, the man passed away.
Well, that's not good.
Have you ever heard anything about the clerics saying about that?
No, this is the first gentleman I've seen with such a thing.
How long has he been here?
A few days?
Should we wake him?
Yes, I think so.
Wake him up, take him.
No, wake him. Can't just take someone.
He might be an innocent. You should probably do it in purpose. You have a lighter touch than we do.
I'm not good with people.
I'll end up stabbing him.
Very well.
Technically, I'm good with people, being a folk hero, but
Well, you do it then.
Yes, you do
okay.
it.
Oh,
Yes.
but wake him.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, talk to him.
Meanwhile, I'm just like
Kind of like...
Kurosagana's wrapping a bit tighter.
He's like lying there and he's not really moving all that much, but his eyes open.
Good evening, my friend. How are you feeling?
What do you want?
I want to know how you feel.
I feel fine.
I'm your friendly athlete. Patient visitor, yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
and I shove him aside.
Okay.
The three least charisma-orientated people. Even though I know, but you're still the least charisma-orientated
I
characters.
shove him aside and go, I'm sorry. Look, I just want answers. That's scarring. I've seen it before. Do you know where you got yours?
Yes.
Where?
Can you roll me a... What to roll? Can you roll me...
Persuasion?
Yeah, we'll go persuasion.
I'm just gonna bomb. Yeah, it's garbage.
Yep.
11.
Okay, so ask the question again.
Do you know where you got yours? Where?
Yes, I do.
My friend, could you please give us some information? We're trying to work out what is causing it.
Death?
Death is causing this?
In a roundabout way.
You've touched death. You've been touched. by
How
death.
did you come across yours?
I asked for it.
From whom?
You know exactly who I asked.
You joined the cult.
We joined a following.
What was promised?
I'm afraid I don't actually know. Who?
You do. Don't lie to me.
I actually don't. Perhaps you could tell me more about it then.
Eagle, my friend.
You obviously don't need to know.
I'm sure you could give me some information.
Where's Mia when you need him?
I was gonna say, can I roll for
Tell me or I
persuasion?
stab you.
Well, that goes a different way than what I was going for.
24 to intimidate.
24 to intimidate.
He's actually good at intimidation.
That's why he went intimidate, because he's not going to persuade him.
Persuasion, I've got a +7.
He beat you to the roll.
Well, that's what I
was about to say
my
that.
Friend, can you? That's what I said. Can I roll for
I was
it?
about to say for the roll that he interrupts. What do you need to know again?
Where we got it, or
Who?
I chose it.
sorry.
Who bestowed it?
You know who bestowed it.
Specifically.
You know exactly who bestowed it.
I want a name, damn it!
I want a name.
We want to know where they are.
And you're aware that it supposedly is filled with effectively acid and will kill you?
Yes,
Why did you choose it?
because we will all die from it.
But why did you choose that?
To make sure that we all die from it.
Why?
Because we all need to die.
Why?
You 5 or something?
Yes.
Sometimes, yes, he's.
Because we all need to die.
For what reason do we need to die?
So we don't destroy this world.
But there are many who are actively trying to enhance it.
Enhance its destruction, yes.
No. There are druids who
They are
create.
fools.
Message to really, perhaps.
You
Your
still
message.
can't. You can't just.
It's
Unless
subtle cast.
you do a subtle cast.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Subtle cast. Perhaps your methods are better.
What? Just kill him?
Because I can't reply, I'm just gonna.
I sit down at the foot of the bed and look at you and tap my head again.
Subtle cast message.
And I look at him
What? Ask him questions. I'll be able to tell if he's lying.
What to ask?
Perhaps back to
Yeah.
Yeah, let you guys think about it, yeah.
I grab his hand, by the way, and I'm actually feeling his pulse. I'm going to full lie detector him.
Okay, cool.
Go all
I
out.
don't touch anything.
Wait. Okay.
You're talking to the tree.
He wasn't able to provide any insights as to the veiny things.
I don't know that. I don't care.
And Rowan doesn't actually know if there's somebody veiny inside. So he says, if you don't know about it. Okay. He says, if you'll excuse me. He steps back.
Guys,
Goes back to common and says, okay, so what we know is the tree is here to protect the world from death. There was a bargain struck. Why was the bargain struck again?
He didn't say.
He didn't say the bargain struck. What? Excuse me. Burr. Why was the bargain struck?
protection.
You're protecting everyone
Yes.
from death. Where's the death coming from?
Everywhere.
Could you be more specific?
Yes.
Will you be more specific?
Yes.
Where is the death coming from?
Everywhere.
That's not more specific. I'm sorry. I shouldn't get angry with you. I'm sorry.
Rowan, are you okay? You seem a bit flustered.
He's being very unhelpful.
Think about your questions. Think about what you want to say.
Try again.
When is the death coming?
We'll have to wrap up.
Yeah, I know.
When does the death come?
When?
When?
All the time.
Death is constant, so.
He's a hospital.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he really is just a hospital. Oh, the tree's oblivious, guys. He says, guys, the tree's got no idea. He was grown to be a hospital.
By who?
Who grew you?
Gods.
Which gods?
The god of life?
Yes. Chris.
Sorry, I was just getting it right. Didn't mean to be painful.
Would you know if anybody were doing something strange inside you.
Wow.
It's a very accurate phrase.
Yes.
Has anyone been doing anything unnatural inside you?
Yes.
Where?
Mostly the bathrooms.
That's natural.
That is natural, yes. But not for a tree. A tree doesn't open up and allow people to poop inside it.
That's a sentence you'll never hear twice in your life.
Well, okay, I'm glad I'm out.
Secrets.
You know, Chris, are you getting your phone stuff?
The tree's been the tree's at the hospital.
Yeah.
It doesn't know. It doesn't. It was created by the gods to be a hospital. So, wait. Why did Imperius out of the blue want to know about Xanafeld?
What?
Oh yeah. He sent me a message asking if the tree knew about Xanafeld.
Oh, well, I mean, we are close to the Black City, I guess.
Let's go inside.
I also asked you about the disease.
Oh yeah. He also inquired about the disease.
Let's definitely go inside.
Okay. The range of the speak with plants is 30 feet. Does that mean that I could still talk to the plant?
What's the time frame on it?
10 minutes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You don't have to keep being a tree for another 10 minutes.
Yes, you do. So yes, I will climb.
Probably another 5 minutes by now, but
Fair.
Yeah, so we're gonna like rush in, and I'm just gonna like rush past the guy that's downstairs and straight up the stairs.
welcome. Yep. You go back upstairs.
Because I draw him away from the patient.
Yep.
Rayleigh's still with him.
Yep.
What's up?
I'm this close to putting my dagger through his eye.
Yes, it is quite frustrating.
These roundabout answers are not.
Clunk, clunk,
Not,
clunk, 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 clunk.
What is that noise?
Imperius!
No, God, it's him.
Poke my head out.
Rushing on.
You rush over to the
Grab both of them
room
and
in the
like
room.
drag them in as well.
I'm just gonna point over to Rayleigh.
And the guy
standing.
Rayleigh is basically standing over a particular bed with his hand touching a pulse of a gentleman who's lying down, and you can see the arm that's now exposed from under the blanket with the black tendrils on the skin.
I literally yell, Rayleigh, drop it!
Rayleigh kind of looks at you, goes, he's like confident enough that he's not going to be infected by it. He needs to know what's going on here. So they're like, I need to know.
Leave it alone. The last thing we need is for you to get sick as well.
Looks at the body, or looks at the person, looks at you.
Wash your hands.
Cuts his hand off.
We need to no. Tree, excuse me.
Yeah.
Can I grow you for a quick second?
What?
Can I grow you for a quick second?
Groby?
Yes.
Are they both
What
concentration?
do you
Oh no, it's just one action.
I assume the bed this guy's on is also made out of the tree.
Yes.
I want to.
Actually, no, the bed's not. The bed's actually separate.
Oh, okay. Sure.
It's, and you notice because it's done in such a way that it can be moved.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, then never mind. So sorry, Tree.
I mean, you can still grow from the wall.
What are you planning on doing with it?
Tie him up with the tree.
You can still do that.
Yeah, you can still do that.
Like, may I just grow you for enhancement purposes? Okay, I cast. It is a plant growth, which is also not concentration. Essentially, I'm just going to try and shape it into big chunky tendrils and just have them drop over him and pin him down onto his bed.
Okay. The tendrils start coming out of the walls in this really creepy, from the roof as well as from the floor as well. It's like, as you see from basically the tree starts surrounding the whole bed and him as well. As soon as the very first tendril of this particular tree touches him, it reels back.
Yeah, I figured that might happen.
Okay. Where's the head nurse?
Tree, what happened?
Upstairs.
I'm...
Protect us.
I run back out. I'm looking for the elf again.
Mm-hmm.
Rowena.
Yes.
Do any investigate roll.
My dice. Nat 20.
Nice. you basically turn around the corner, go down to one of the rooms just next along, open it up, and bang, there she is.
Miss.
Yes. Can I help you?
Totally speak to you for a moment.
Sure. What is it about?
I need you in the other room. I need you about a patient.
Oh, okay. Is something wrong with the patient? Is they sick? Are they badly hurt?
Well, they're sick, and I need to know if you have any more patients like him. He's got black tendrils.
Oh, that
spreading
one.
across his body.
Oh, that was a very curious one. That one we can't even cure it.
Do you know if there's any others like him here?
He's the only one that we've managed to find so far.
Good. You need to burn him.
I wouldn't do such a thing. Even suggest such
There
a
is
thing.
no
It's against
way-
my oath.
There is no way to cure what he has.
I am not going to kill an innocent man because you say so. I have no idea who you are.
All the while, I'm trying to persuade the tree to kill this man.
Yeah.
Like, he's saying this is death. I'm saying, hey, tree, protect us from death. It's your job.
When you do that, the tendrils can't touch the guy, but they start lifting up the bed he's on. And he's realised what's going on. And he's like, hey, what's going on?
Stay put. You are being transferred.
As soon as the bed... As soon as the bed starts moving, you realise that like this tree's come alive to move the bed and all the things that all happened. He's kind of like, nah, I'm getting out. And basically hops off the bed, goes, nah, I've had enough. Heard any of your questions asked. I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Whole person.
You're a real
That was right in time with the sound effect too. It's fantastic. Concentration for up to 1 minute, so
Yep.
we have him for 1 minute.
You have him for 6 seconds before he gets not safe.
I'm going to try and like pull the covers off his bed and throw them over him and then ask the tree to try again.
The tree wraps around him now because you've got the covers on him.
Okay, now please keep him still. And get rid of him if you can.
A section of the wall of the tree itself starts opening up.
Oh?
Oh god, it's
gonna
gonna
throw
throw
him
him
out
out.
More like to outside?
Yes.
Rowan, stop. We need to question him.
He doesn't want to answer our questions.
We need to find out more.
The tree's trying to
He
protect us.
doesn't.
Fuck! He's gone!
Shit.
You just like cannonball him out the side wall.
Just as you and the elf comes through and sees this guy get thrown out by the tree.
What the hell did you do?
I'm gonna run and activate my wings and fly after the catapulting guy.
Imperius, messages to tell us where you are.
You jump out. You jump straight out of that hole as well.
Yeah.
And you activate your wings.
Yeah.
This guy who's basically like scrapes, not that from landing from. He's only 1 floor.
Yeah.
But he's got like scrapes and stuff like that and blood coming down the side of his face and whatnot. Quickly looks back at the hole that he came through and sees you coming out. He's just like, fuck. Gets the fuck up and starts running.
I literally start running down the stairs as quickly as I can, double dashing and everything.
Yep.
I
Is
will.
that one story you saying?
Yeah.
Go for it.
I also.
Athletics?
Yep.
24.
You halfling just suddenly just like, well, is this what it's become? My friends, I'm jumping out.
I'm trying to think, should I do that now? Seeing you walk, run out and jump down a certain hole.
I want
I'd
Fuck it.
like to see this.
How far away is he from me?
50
That's
feet,
not
maybe?
so good.
I'm going to cast Phantasmal Force to make him think that he is in a solid wall prison room.
Well, like bars just sprang up out of the ground.
Yep, alright.
I got a 10 on my
Wisdom saving throw. 15.
athletics.
Okay, athletics, what'd you get?
10.
10. You land, however, you also roll to the ground and go prone just for the round.
Yeah.
I will say thank you to the tree for protecting us, and that I'll talk soon and basically be all like, and just like pointing towards the hole the tree made.
Emma's super freaked out. She doesn't like the tree to begin with.
It's just like
And then it just randomly picked
Did it
someone up
affect
and threw him out the window, like had a hole
Don't
in
know
it.
You created the hole first.
Yes, that's what makes me.
I feel sorry for the poor nurse who's just walked into the room, just watched.
One of her patients go flying out the wall.
There's just people running out the window.
I'll also apologize to Rowena and say, I'm so sorry, but
What is going on?
the tree was doing his job. He's death. Trees protect us from death. God said so. It's gonna be fine. I like jump out the window.
What's going on in my hospital? What is going on here?
The tree's still animated, so all these tendrils can move if they want.
Amber's the only one left, and she's just like a stunned mullet right now.
I suppose the nurse is just like.
And Amber's just like,
May I acrobatics out the hole?
Yeah, you can definitely try.
9.
As you go to jump to go out the hole, it closes back in. Yep, pretty much.
Tree! Burr! What? Oh, is my spell run out?
Yeah.
Oh no. Are there any other windows?
Yes, but they're just more of that smaller window, so big.
Yeah, fair enough.
They got a lattice over them.
Yeah, you got lattice over and
I just run over to it and peer out to see what's going on.
Yeah, pretty much. You see basically a bit of a chase scene happening. So you've got like this halfling, nimble little halfling that's gone in the air while he's basically going to the ground. He's like already got the legs going on, and then suddenly touches. Well, there's just basically this asinine with wings basically flying after him as well as whatnot, and then you is kind of like on, yeah, chuka, chuk 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 chuk, and then you get back up and start chasing him. So you're like behind everyone else.
It's like a big gouge in the ground where you
Yeah, that's it.
How far ahead is this guy?
He's probably like 50 feet ahead.
Did my spell affect him?
Nope.
Okay.
He just keeps running.
Okay, I can keep chasing.
I'm also going to go with the assumption that Rayleigh will do the exact same thing that you guys
He
probably
definitely
done.
would have.
Yeah.
He also hurts himself badly jumping down
I was
there.
gonna say he probably also would have thrown a dagger at the guy as soon as he started running.
I'm going to throw my hand axe at him.
Yep.
And hopefully do something.
is he close enough for you to throw a hand at?
Yes. He's got a maximum range of 60 feet.
So it's a disadvantage.
No, because it's under 60 feet.
It's 60
No.
feet is the... Is it?
No, it's
That's 20-60, yeah.
20-60.
That's
So
right.
20 is normal and
60 is a
after
disadvantage,
20
yeah.
Yeah.
So if it's 50 feet, it wouldn't be a disadvantage.
No, it
Yes. No, it is.
If-
After 60 is beyond its maximum reach.
Ah, okay.
I cast hold person.
It's all good.
Wow, I'm making this save today.
I'm trying to like get him in the leg so he stops, and
Yep.
that's 17.
He definitely hits him, roll damage.
Nice.
That was with disadvantage.
Yeah,
Nice.
11 and 17.
Nice.
So only is a hand axe dex or
No, hand axe is strength.
strength?
martial weapon.
6 damage.
6 damage is he's basically just like looking behind him and running, looking behind him. Ah! As this like axe just basically wedges into his top left shoulder.
What's the terrain like around him?
It's mostly flat.
Is it mostly open or is
Mostly
it,
open,
is
but
it
there's
a bit of buildings
buildings,
and stuff?
bit of buildings and stuff. As
So
well.
if he's running through corridors and stuff, I can probably catch ground with him because I'm flying.
Yes,
over
because
the-
you're flying above. Yes.
Can I still see him, or is he like peeled off down an alleyway?
He's peeled off down an alleyway. By the time you come downstairs to sort of see what's going on, you've probably lost track of everything. It's been 2 or 3 rounds will pass before you get to the area where he got thrown out. And by the time you've gotten there, it's kind of like everyone's moved on. You hear him in the distance, as you can hear that.
I'm gonna
And then you
fire-
hear that, ah! It's like that. And
gonna firebolt him.
firebolt him. Go for it.
I did want to calmly question the poor man and not blow him up, but
Calmly questioned him and he didn't find it, so.
that is a 23 to hit.
Jesus Christ, alright, roll damage.
Are you here with?
You see,
Yeah,
as you get down to
Candles
the,
juiced on
as you
God.
guys both get down to the area where he got thrown out and stuff like that, you hear in the distance, then the
Suddenly-
as the bolt of flame come out and do
10 damage.
Oh wait, did we go
10
down?
damage,
We're on the ground floor outside.
and there's basically then you hear the.
Okay, new plan. Get on.
Was the
And I want to
of him dropping to the ground dead? Yeah.
I wild shape into a riding lizard,
Mhm.
and my plan is to go over the buildings to get to him quickly.
All right, you do that. You go for it. You catch up to me first because you're flying.
Spare the die.
Okay, you spare the die.
So, I imagine I catch up relatively soon after.
I
As soon as I catch up, pull rope off my pack
Mhm.
or off my belt and just tie both his. Like basically, I hog tie the guy.
You're gonna hog tie the guy. As soon as you pull your rope out, and as soon as you grab a part of him, you realise that black tendril stuff. That's basically because he's really covered in it now. That he's scraped a little bit, whatnot, and his shirt's a bit more revealed. His body and stuff like that. He is infected badly. Secondly, you also notice that the tendrils are already starting to grow quicker.
I'm sorry, it's gonna kill him.
The tree was the only thing.
Is he
keeping him
conscious at
alive.
all?
No, he's not conscious.
We need to kill him and burn him like now.
The tendrils are starting to come off his body, and
I
Is
literally
there any
back up.
Is there any buildings around?
Is there any buildings in front of me?
no,
Breathe fire.
done. You breathe fire, and
I
you
was going to
basically.
go fireball, so that's probably a better option.
But mine's a bit more
Yes,
surgical.
Like I said, yours is a bit better option.
Literally, I just breathe fire on the corpse.
You breathe fire in the corpse, and the corpse basically turns to ash.
I was on Rowan's back.
Okay.
You basically come around the corner when you see this too.
It's okay. It's okay, Rowan. It's okay.
Every time. He's a lizard cat toy.
Did you see that?
I saw that. This thing is sentient.
I wouldn't
Seems
say
like
it's
it.
sentient. It's
It tried leaving the host.
so it's more like a parasite.
I don't like it.
I wish we had got questions of where he obtained it. He said how, but not where.
You said we knew.
Well,
He said,
we know.
He said we knew where it came from and we gave it to him.
Is the same chick that we
And
saw
he
in
asked for it.
Gdansk. Is it Gdansk?
Yeah.
That is even more so cause for concern. These followers are willing to give their life.
To try and spread this. With how quickly that was spreading once he was removed from the tree, could you imagine what it had been like if the power wasn't there?
We
This
don't know if
entire
it was the
town
tree
would
or
have-
when he was killed.
Could you imagine if he was in a tavern when he died?
Okay.
That could have wiped out this entire city.
It's a bit like suicide bombs.
I tossed his bed sheet onto him to cover him up.
Yep.
When he was ejected, did it fall off?
Yes.
I would like to go and collect it.
All right, you go collect it.
Yep. And it's just like as a lizard will like scoop it up with one scaly foot and come back to everybody, turn back into Rowan, not realizing I was on his back. So he's like goes to bite them. You fall on the, like, guys, his sheets.
You probably shouldn't be touching that.
No, he's gone. But hang on. And I spend my second wild shape to turn into a wolf and sniff the sheets.
And that's where we're going to leave it tonight.
Sniffing
I
sheets.
get the
Sniffing
sneaking
sheets.
suspicion that this has been happened before.
It has.
We literally did this before. We're using my smell and a new ending.
All right. Well, next week we shall pick this up from you turning into a wolf again and using your scent tracking of the.
There were less fireballs this time.
Your less fireballs this time. Yes.
Yeah.
That's debatable.
But it's a really consistent way just to track people, and I love that. Oh, that was spooky in that tree. It shouldn't have been spooky, but I'm glad it was.
I'm glad that worked out the way it did.
And I was like, what the fuck with this tree, man? And you didn't help her feel any better about the tree.
Yeah, I kind of gave it additional autonomy.
Well, that's the thing is because Amber didn't hear any of the conversation, so all she saw is you freaking out, getting flustered, talking to this tree, racing upstairs, and
Racing
then
downstairs, and then
no, racing upstairs,
We saw.
it growing tendrils,
yeah.
ejecting a person from the tree, and then you running off elsewhere, and everyone else diving through the hole, and I'm like, Amber is not liking trees at the moment.
God, I love Bertha. He's such a cool guy.
All right, thank you everyone for coming along. I hope you enjoyed what we've done so far, and I hope you come back next week to find out what happens with the tracking of this particular guy again. But beyond that, good night everyone, and we shall see you next week.
Bye.
Which one do I need to answer?
No.